Well, Froggy, it's just you and me this morning so far, I guess. And
Really?
I'm glad you're here because it could just have been me. Because I don't know when you're about to come up with a dose of a migraine or, I don't know, some IBS, but.
Excuse me, I have a couple ailments. You don't have to bring them up.
No, I'm in the.
I suffer from chronic migraines my entire life, yes.
In the context of this conversation, I'm just saying that I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yes.
Or else the MJ Morning Show would be down a Froggy, a Fester, and a Roxanne. Listen, I know all about your IBS situation. I mean, geez, we even had that jingle.
Where is Froggy? Can you guess? In the John with IBS.
You know what? That came from the old place. We had that back in the day.
That's actually the toilet from the old building.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So back at the old FLZ days, that's when we did that. I'm thinking you probably could have gone after us for some kind of a HIPAA violation. Now,
oh, absolutely. I still can.
With Froggy, it's HIPAA. With Fester, it's Hippo.
Yes.
But you never really complained about that jingle.
No. Back in the day, I would be, you'd be talking, and I'd run out of the studio.
Oh, yeah.
In just pain. And it doesn't really happen anymore. I think I have it under control.
Right. But the migraine issue, would you be angry if I had some kind of a little jingle or song made for the whole migraine deal?
Make fun of my migraines. Suicide headaches, as they call them. Go ahead. Make fun of them.
I did so. Maybe it was going to be a very serious pharmaceutical-like jingle.
Yeah, I had to get my brain scanned when I was a 5-year-old because I had such bad migraines. Make fun of that.
Where is Froggy? He's the man out getting a brain scan.
Yeah.
You like?
My mom thought I had a tumor when I was a kid because I would be like, Mommy, my head hurt bad. Yeah, but go ahead. Make fun of it. What a prick.
I'm not making fun of it. Why you say I'm making fun of it? I'm not going to make fun of it. Then
it's not a tumor.
All right.
Thank you, Arnold. It's not.
Did you tell your mother that?
It's not a tumor.
Mom, it's not a tumor, Mommy.
All right. So I guess Roxanne texted in.
Where is she? Is she not coming?
She drove off the Howard Franklin. She's floating.
That's unfortunate.
Did she swim? She's in the bay right now.
Does she she got some flippers?
No, I'm kidding. Do not launch any rescue operation, folks. I'm kidding. Andrew, what did she say? Roxanne is just going to be late? How late is she? I didn't see the text chain. So
she said that she's feeling very lightheaded. She ate a lot this morning to try to wake up.
Oh my!
She's feeling a bit better.
I got everyone falling apart here.
I ate a lot.
Fester was in the hospital for 5 days.
I feel like $1 million.
Was discharged on Saturday, but I'm hearing that maybe he shouldn't have been discharged. Fester was questioning whether he should have been discharged at TGH. Fester thinks maybe he should have stayed. Now, I was able to speak to Fester on Saturday night. I tried to get a hold of Fester yesterday on Sunday, and nothing. Zero. Well, no, Allison would have texted me. I spoke to Allison last night. I spoke to Allison yesterday, I guess early afternoon. I spoke to Allison. Allison is Fester's wife, and he was having a rough time.
Yeah.
So
in his picture on his way home from the hospital that he posted, he didn't look like he should have been out of the hospital.
Upon discharge, Allison said he wasn't doing extremely well at home. I mean, nothing that they needed to call 911 again to get him back in. But for those that don't know, Fester has something called myasthenia gravis that just whacked him back in 2011, sort of out of nowhere. It's a kind of a debilitating muscle deal, which is an autoimmune response.
Yeah.
And he had it in 2011. He missed a month of the MJ Morning Show in 2011. And then came back, and it was in remission. Had a little retouch of the crap back in 2019 while he was up selling RVs at some RV super show up in Michigan. They medicated him with some latest greatest, and he was able to keep it under control. But then a couple of weeks back, it starts creeping back in on him. And it's like, whoops. Then his face is all drooping and everything. He can't move. His muscles, he has no strength. And that's the deal. And that's why he was in the hospital for 5 days last week because of an IV treatment that should get him in better shape. So I think it's sort of a deal where you get worse and then you start to get better. And we'll try to talk to Fester this morning. But then we got the issue with the elevator. He said to me, is the elevator fixed yet?
It's supposed to be fixed last Wednesday.
Well, hang on. Our elevator in our building at the Koger building here at Bay Point. Are we Bay Point, Bay Park, Bay Point, Bay what?
Bay
Watch, Bay Seasoning. What are we? Anyway, the elevator. Literally, I'm not making this up. The elevator has been busted since August. It's been since August, almost 6 months. The elevator's been broken. I think there are like 7 ADA lawsuits pending at this point. And Fester was going to be number 8. No, Fester said he can't come back to work until the elevator is fixed. And then, unbelievably, the elevator crew is downstairs and they're claiming they're going to get final inspection this morning. And the elevator should be working by this afternoon or by tomorrow morning.
Who's going to be the first person to test that?
Oh, my Fester. At all 350 pounds?
Dude, this place is backwards. I don't get it.
Can you believe that
I redid my whole house in the time it's taken them to fix the elevator. Come on, what does it take? What are they hired the Three Stooges to fix it?
No, it's the guys are pretty good. I spoke to the guys this morning, all supply chain. It's all that freaking COVID stuff where they claim that it was just tough getting parts. I think we've got some crappy slapped together elevator. I don't think we've got a real branded elevator. I think it's just kind of like a.
I noticed the duct tape in the corner.
I think it's a kit. So they're trying to find
Build
parts.
your own elevator.
Trying to find parts. But this could be good because Fester hopefully will be back this week, but he needs the elevator, and the elevator might be up and running. My God. All right, 6:07 at the MJ Morning Show. Back in minutes, still waiting. And Roxanne has just arrived.
Good morning.
I'm
I made it.
glad you could make it. And now I hear you're lightheaded. All right, hold on to that thought. All right, we got a busy Monday show. MJ Morning Show. We'll try to get Fester on the phone. We're back in minutes here on Q105. Don't move.
Just leading the
hoping for a festa return this week. Hey, Rox, was traffic heavy? You ran a little late this morning. We'll talk about you being lightheaded, and I need to check on you. Oh, also, for the early crowd, I've got this ridiculous chunk of audio that I want to play here in moments. This is, preposterous, especially knowing what the situation is, and this individual has already been called out on this. It is ridiculous. All right, hold on. Get to that in a second. First of all, I know traffic was heavy this morning. I rolled in, 5:30, and the traffic on 275 South on the Howard Franklin, it was, for a Monday, people get back to work, but it was like double the volume this morning. So I don't know whether it was just like the roll of the dice and just people got stacked up, but it was busy this morning, much more than usual.
Just in general, just over the last couple of days, I've noticed traffic is heavier all the time. So I feel like snowbirds are here in droves, but what would they be doing at 5:30 in the morning? So yeah, I agree with you. Traffic was heavier this morning.
All right, I just noticed it. And then what about your lightheadedness? We got a text from you, and I saw this kind of after the fact, but we got a text from you. How do you like this? This came in at 5:38, so I didn't even see this morning until last break, but it reads, this is from Roxanne at 5:38 this morning. How do you like this excuse for lateness, MJ? I'm feeling very lightheaded, so I just kept eating and eating until I don't feel as lightheaded. That sounds like a medical treatment right there. I'm feeling a bit better now, and I'm driving in, but I might be a few minutes late, and you were a few minutes late. But what is this? I'm feeling light. Why would you be lightheaded?
Yeah, I woke up, and I woke up before my alarm, a few minutes before my alarm went off, and I just went to the restroom, and I felt a little bit like I was on a cruise ship almost, and I go, okay, I'm going to lie back down until my alarm goes off.
You mean you felt like you were feeling the motions of the waves?
Yeah, like dizzy. And then when I woke up, I felt less dizzy, but more like lightheaded, like when I was giving blood, like someone had a needle in my arm and I didn't want to look, or I'd just given blood, or I was, just that lightheaded, woozy.
Maybe your kid, because you still let your kid sleep in your bed, maybe your kid kicked you in the head in the middle of the night. What about, son of a... Maybe that's the deal.
That could be.
I told you, get your kids out of the bed.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, 5 and 3, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we all slept together.
Get them out of your bed.
Last night, we stayed with a relative because Doug is still out of town, or now he's out of town again. He's back today, though. But I was in bed with both of them. So maybe one of them did kick me in the head. But you know how when you're lightheaded... Well,
you might have a subdural hematoma right now.
Maybe that's what I'm dealing with. But I feel like it's something that I could just eat a banana and eat
I just want to see if
oatmeal.
you'd stop again when I hit the sound effect.
I feel like I have an obligation to other drivers on the Howard Franklin to not pass out while I'm driving and veer into their car.
That's a good policy. I like that. For other drivers on the road, I'm going to try not to pass out while driving my 6,000-pound SUV.
I'm expecting the same from them, so I'm going to give that to them. Yes,
that's a good policy for all mankind. I think it's fantastic. All right, I've got this ridiculous audio. When you think of people faking accents, what is the first name that comes to mind? I hit the ding early because clearly you guys would get it.
Hilaria. Cucumbers.
How do you say in the English the cucumber? Hilaria Baldwin is American born in Boston. Mm-hmm. And she's got this Spanish accent like she's born in Mallorca. You know what I mean? Come on.
Please, Alec, did you pull the trigger? Tell me if you did. Please.
¿Cómo se dice gun in español?
He said no. He said no. Please believe in me, Alec.
All right, this is ridiculous. So you know what happened? With Alec Baldwin last week getting charged with manslaughter, a couple of counts, and then the enhancement with the gun charge, he could do 5 years.
Yes.
In prison in New Mexico.
Oh, could you imagine?
But did you see what happened? That Alec, in order to avoid the media, because the press, they live, and if they still live in the same area, because when I was in Manhattan, when we were there living, we lived for a couple of years near Union Square. I mean, right near Alec's apartment. And he's right off Fifth Avenue around 10th or 11th Street, somewhere in that vicinity, because that's where I had the run-in with him.
Right.
Remember, I saw him.
Nasty run-in.
I saw him walking with Hilaria and pushing a stroller. They had like some handler bodyguard guy with him. And I was like, oh man, there's Alec Baldwin. Let me take a picture. And then post it on my social media. And he starts yelling at me. Alec Baldwin just starts yelling at me. He's like, and I'll tell more of the story later on. But he's in that vicinity. So I used to see him like when I walked around. That and Louis C.K.
Did he whip it out?
In the middle of his scandal.
Hey, Todd, check it.
I'm standing on the corner. He shoved it in my ear.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Watch your eardrum.
All right, but Alec Baldwin, in order to avoid the press last week, this was, I believe, Thursday. I'm sorry, it might have been Friday morning. Alec needed to leave the building, so they used Hilaria Baldwin, American, born in Boston to like a doctor, mother, lawyer, father.
It's so true, yes.
And she like fakes, talk about faking. Like you have that George Santos guy from Long Island faking, everything. And now you got Hilaria Baldwin for years. She's faked like her nationality, pretending like she was Spanish born in España.
Don't say I fake. I don't fake nothing. What you say?
That sounded Italian right there.
I don't know what do you mean. My name is Hilaria Baldwin.
So Hilaria, they concocted a scheme that she was going to go out and distract the media while Alec snuck out a different entrance exit to get out of the building to avoid the media. And then she's talking to the media in her fake Spanish accent. Here, listen to this.
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out. Okay? So let my kids come home.
Is this ridiculous? I heard you gasp.
Is she nuts?
Roxanne, you haven't heard this yet.
No.
She is an American born in Boston, and she's talked herself into this fake Spanish accent.
Actually, some people I see who move to Miami start to do that, where they start to talk a little bit more like they have an accent if they live in Miami, in South Florida.
Or it's like people who move to England and they start having like an English thing.
But she lives in New York and LA, right?
Well, New York, I'm sure
New York.
I'm sure they lived in LA, but they live in New York right now, and she's from Boston.
So who's she picking this up from?
Well, but she faked the whole
I
persona.
know.
She lied. Remember, she lied about being born in Spain. She was not. She was born in Boston. And, remember, she was busted like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. There's a whole to-do about, she's like, I don't know if it's like sociopathic behavior, but wait, there's more. Hold on.
And you stay away from them. Because they ask me, Mommy, what are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home. Because I'm not going to say anything, and Alec is not going to say anything.
Your lawyers have said.
I'm sorry. That woman is not well.
Thank you very much.
And they ask me, Mommy, why do you talk like Penelope Cruz?
Exactly.
I wish Alec would come out and just start talking like Latka. Thank you. Thank you for letting me go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's like, whoa, she's really nuts.
There is something wrong there.
Don't do this to my family, please.
Please.
I don't understand why you do this to us. You done this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
What's that song you used to call him? What was the Latino Skeletor guy?
Yes,
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
Yes.
What was that song? That famous song that he did?
Did you mean one of my songs, the Latino Skeletor songs?
Exactly.
You mean I need to know?
That's the one I'm
I
talking.
need to know.
That's the one. I want to start breaking into that song.
Please dance with me. We do the cucumber dance.
And the cucumber thing, if you haven't heard it, hey Andrew, dig up the cucumber audio. You might have to reload it, and because we're going to talk. That audio is so good. I'm going to play that 19 times this morning.
Wow, she really turned it up on that.
I'm going to warn everybody. I'm playing that audio as much as I possibly can because it is ridiculous.
It's like she morphs into Selena when she wants.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh my
Does anyone know how much Spanish she actually speaks?
We don't know.
Can she even count to 10 in Spanish? Or is it just the accent?
Don't know. I think it's a very good question.
She should have a Boston accent like Ben Affleck. What is she doing?
Well, that's what people say is sociopathic
It
behavior.
is much more sexy to talk like
I don't
like
know.
you're from Spain, Madrid.
But remember, a year and a half ago, there was that whole scandal where she was being called out. I got to go. You know what? I got to go look at the internets. How do you say the internets in
Como se
English?
dice World Wide Web.
Interwebs.
So I need to go find, the accusations and the cucumber deal. We'll play the audio later on. She was like on the Today Show or something, and she was cooking. It was like cooking with Hilaria Baldwin, Alex's wife, and she has a cucumber in her hand, and she's like, how do you say this in English?
What is
it's
this?
like, what are you talking about? It's a freaking cucumber. You're born in Boston. Your parents have no accent.
No, wait. I'm sure this is a picadillo. It's a green bananas?
She's
I'm having trouble saying cucumber without
She's-
rolling my R's.
out of her mind.
How do you-
Can you believe this?
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace.
My familia. Please leave my familia alone.
It sounds like Shakira. I mean, it's like it could be anybody but her.
That's crazy. All right. Morons in the news next. And we got a spectacular pile of morons in the news next. It's a fan favorite, folks. And we'll get to it in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. If It is 6:38, and this could mean only one thing. It's time for the Morons in the News, a fan favorite here on the MJ Morning Show. And it's really sort of like a psychological self-help deal, because people tell me that no matter how bad things are going for them, if they're depressed, if they're just having a rough go, that when they hear these morons in the news, they say, you know what? These imbetards have it a lot worse than me. And it kind of, makes it's uplifting.
I always feel better about myself when I hear about people doing stupid stuff.
Exactly. Now, this is a very, very Florida-ish story. Golf cart driver flees the scene after forcing villager to flip her tricycle.
Flip it.
That's a village's
Trying
story.
to get a visual on this.
Now, I got a couple of villages. Sometimes we've got no stories out of the villages for, a week. And then sometimes, you're flooded with 19 stories in a day.
Did you guys do that when you were little kids? Did you go to your grandparents' house and ride their trikes?
My grandma didn't have a trike.
My grandma didn't have a trike. Did your
yes.
grandma had a trike?
Yes, my sister, myself, and then our two guy cousins. We would the four of us. We were rolling. We had 2 trikes between the 4 of us, and
Wow,
it was
cool.
It was a
Who
party.
had tricycles? Your grandmother and grandfather?
Tricycle.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Usually when they're old, they don't want to move their legs that much. That's why they have a rascal.
Why did they have tricycles?
I don't know. I have to ask my mom that. They lived in Apollo Beach in a retirement community.
I've got to ride my tricycle to Publix and tell me there was a basket on the back. Was there a basket?
Of course there was. That's where we rode.
My legs are sore. I can't make it. I'm stuck on the highway.
I went to the Publix pharmacy to get some lotion. It places the lotion in the basket.
The tricycle basket.
It
yes.
places the lotion in the basket. Place the freaking lotion in the basket.
Okay, sorry. No old people use trikes. What are you talking about?
Well, Roxanne's grandparents had them.
My legs are atrophied.
Were they black trikes, or were they blue or
No, I think
red?
I'm picturing grayish, like a gray seat.
Right.
What? I gotta look this up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we rode all over Apollo Beach.
All right, so
That must have looked awesome.
here's the deal. A golf cart driver took off after forcing a villager to flip her lowrider trike on the multimodal path. Oh, boy. Anne-Marie Millot, 72, lives in the village of Dunedin. Now, in the villages, do they call their Dunedin, or do they call it Dunedin?
It's done eating. I'm done with my tater tot.
When I was a year ago, when I was in Edinburgh, in Scotland, and we're heading back to Scotland in March, because Chloe will be finishing up her year in May at St. Andrews. So we're going to fly off in early May to Edinburgh, to Scotland. And I even took a picture of it, and I believe I put it on my social media, not December 22, but December 21, of the Dunedin pub in Edinburgh. And, of course, that's where Dunedin, right here in Pinellas County, gets the name. Anyway, this poor woman, poor Anne-Marie Millot, 72, she was riding her tricycle with her husband, Bob. And this
What
happened.
kind of tricycle was this?
Well, I think they might have
A lowrider with 2 of them?
I don't know. They both had a trike. And, Anne-Marie and Bob, they make such a wonderful couple. This was Wednesday afternoon, and Anne-Marie was ahead of her 81-year-old husband. Oh, man, he robbed the cradle. I was going to say robbed the grave.
Bob, isn't this amazing? The weather's beautiful.
Bob is 81. She's 72. And as they approach a hairpin turn,
Oh, God.
2 carts were behind them. 1 cart passed Bob, and then Anne-Marie got past. Just as 3 carts were moving in the other direction, the second northbound cart turned directly in front of her, slammed on the brakes to avoid hitting the carts, and was forced to the side, slammed on the trike's brakes to avoid colliding with the other cart. her 57-pound trike flipped over on top of her. She was pinned underneath.
Are you okay, sweetheart?
They had to call the jaws of life in.
How are you pinned underneath a trike?
I don't know.
Just move over.
It was 57 pounds.
I can't get it off you. Call in for a flight rescue.
Now, the lowrider trike, I don't think it's like your grandma's trike. I think the lowrider is more like that recumbent bicycle kind of thing where you're kind of low.
Right, where you're really powering your thighs.
Yeah, so I think that maybe, she's able to put some juice into this thing. But the man who caused the accident made a show of helping pick up some items, which ended up in the path. He said he would pay for any damage to the trike, but never even asked about her bloody arm or leg.
Oh, God.
She heard him say his name was either Clint or Cliff.
My name's Clint Cliff. I'm out of here. I just pit maneuvered your ass with my cart.
When she asked for more information, he didn't provide any until the crowd, which saw the accident, had dispersed. And then he takes off in his golf cart.
Out of here. Later, punk.
He splits. He's gone. And Anne Marie notes that there are a lot of hit-and-run accidents in Florida's friendliest hometown. We ought to redo that jingle. It ought to be something like Florida's meanest hit-and-run hometown.
How close do they drive to each other on their carts and bicycles?
Yeah.
Well, that's unbelievable.
Come
anyway,
on, let's go. He's honking his little horn on his bike. So weird.
There you have it.
I found my old person trike, by the way, that I used to ride.
Oh, God. Let's see. My trike.
Well, you're going to show us a picture? There. Hold it up to MJ TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I've seen that before. Well, I don't know if that's a very good angle. You really kind of need you need to hold it right.
That's a nice one. I want that.
Yeah, but that's too close. Back up a little bit and then right toward the camera. All right. Andrew, Andrew's got it. So we have the trike on MJ TV right now.
Fun, actually.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about tipping over.
Do you remember we had a story some time ago about a customer claiming that they were poisoned at a Taco Bell? Do you remember that?
I believe so.
Sounds kind of familiar.
It was it should, because we did it in Morons in the News, or we did it in some other portion of the show. Colorado police say there's no evidence that a Taco Bell employee laced a customer's order with rat poison.
Ugh. It's like 9 to 5.
Yeah, so they've investigated. They said no evidence of rat poison. This happened recently. It's not too long ago. And they couldn't find any evidence that any Taco Bell employee was to blame for any rat poison that was found in a burrito that was consumed by a customer who then apparently became violently ill.
So did they indeed get poisoned by rat poison, but some other source of it?
No, I guess the cops are saying that they can't find anything to suggest that there's any rat poison whatsoever. The man was hospitalized Sunday after consuming the takeout order from the fast food restaurant, Aurora, Colorado. It's right outside of Denver. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office later said the burrito, the burrito was laced with poison, but they can't find any indication that it came from the Taco Bell.
So did they poison themselves as a setup?
People do that. People will try to, scam a llama ding dong, a company, a restaurant, claim that they got poisoned, and meanwhile, they've done it themselves. Enough rat poison was found that it would have been very serious to our victim's health. Classified the case as criminal attempt homicide. The Sheriff's Department announced in an update on Friday that after reviewing video footage, investigators found no evidence that employees were responsible for placing the rat poison in the food given to the customer. All right, so there was rat poison in there, but they couldn't find any indication that it was put in at the Taco Bell. So you got to ask the question, well, who the hell, who laced it?
Who's hampered?
Did he do it as a get-rich-quick scheme, or was somebody trying to, off him? Yeah, before becoming ill, The customer got into an argument with the Taco Bell worker over his food, according to the police. The restaurant manager, Larry Swift, told CBS in Denver the man was annoyed that a drink station wasn't working and then demanded something for free. What? The drink machine's not working, so give me free stuff?
You owe me.
Well, I'm sure there's another drink machine.
Yeah.
Because they have one for the drive-thru. And I'm sure they'll give you a drink.
I'm sure there's a bottle of water in there somewhere.
The altercation was significant enough that police were called to the restaurant. He received 3 bean burritos and then
I think it was just the burritos.
and then grabbed the 4th at no cost, apparently.
Nice.
Hours later, when the man ate his food at home around 7 p.m., he began to vomit.
You just had 4 bean burritos.
At the hospital, deputies saw the burrito. The customer took a bite out of it and noticed greenish-grayish substance inside. And the police confirmed that they found rat poison in the man's food. Man, how can you not look at the possibility this guy was pissed at the Taco Bell workers? He got into an argument with them.
Yeah.
Did he, put his own rat poison in there, got poisoned so he could, really, teach them a lesson or something? And then try to really get back at them? I mean, we're talking about some real, performance art here.
And got a free burrito.
And with 4 burritos, it might actually be performance fart. I don't know.
So rat poison looks like it comes in little pellets.
Yeah, you've seen that I think there are different types of rat poison, but certainly one of the rat poisons I've seen in the past have that pellet look. Anyway.
So you can't mistake that for a food item in your burrito.
The sheriff's department, they shut down the Taco Bell, investigated. I guess there's all kinds of video that have cameras that maybe show the food prep station. And they couldn't find any indication that anyone there laced this guy's burrito.
Yeah, he went home and did it.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
The management at Taco Bell said, we don't carry rat poison in the restaurant. We didn't do anything like that. It doesn't add up. We don't have it. Investigators have been trying to contact the customer via phone, but now they can't reach the customer either.
Wow, it's all adding up.
Yeah, this sounds a little squirrely to me, little bitty fishy to me. So no evidence of the rat poison in the Taco Bell burritos. Sounds like this guy was trying to, pull one over on them after an argument over the drink machine being broken. All right. If we have time, chunk 2 of the Morons coming up in just a bit. Man, it's just a whacked out day here. I got a free gift.
Nice.
That was dropped off at the station on Friday. Got to talk about that. More chatter that Tom Brady is out of here. I got a problem with the City of Tampa Water Department. I gotta chat them up a little bit this morning. We got a lot of stuff on the way here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. If you're Just a couple of years ago, I remember you telling stories that you had some run-ins with neighbors. Was it one guy that you were having trouble with, or was it like all of your neighbors that you were having problems with?
After a while, I've been in this neighborhood for 10 years, and I've had issues with all of them.
With
but
everybody.
I've made up.
I got big problems with you people.
I've made amends.
It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ here with Froggy and Roxanne. Fester is still out.
He needs to rest, right? What's his story?
Well, he didn't think he was going to be here today or tomorrow, but then inquired and said, "Hey, man, I don't know if I can technically come in on Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know if I can climb the stairs.
I'll carry him
because our elevator has been broken since August." But unbelievably, miraculously, Fester said that he was going to have to file an ADA complaint and maybe a lawsuit against the building if the elevator was not fixed.
It's unfortunate.
And guess what? The elevator is going to be fixed later today.
Yeah.
The elevator company was waiting outside. I let them in 5:37 in the morning. The elevator company is out in the parking lot. And they're like, we're getting this thing working today. We're going to have final inspections maybe later this afternoon.
They're all
like,
motivated.
I'm like, what?
This is the day we've been waiting for, boys.
But wait a sec. I wonder if it's because we have mentioned on the air that Fester is coming back, but the elevator's broken and he's not going to be able to climb the stairs as he's recovering from his MG, his myasthenia gravis, because of his muscle weakness. And then suddenly the elevator crew is out in our parking lot waiting to get in at 5:37 this morning. That sounds a little sus to me.
They could probably put in a chairlift before they could fix the elevator.
Oh, that thing that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That goes up the stairs.
What's that thing called?
A chairlift.
No. There's a.
It'd have to be super reinforced
No,
professional. Snap that thing.
That commercial runs all the time on Fox News Channel. It does.
I don't watch that channel.
I never see it on CNN. It's all on Fox. Well, I flip around because I want to get a total perspective.
I gotta get
Yeah,
upstairs somehow.
The reason why I asked Froggy about your neighbors, can you just do a quick list? I want to see if anything comports here because I've got a really bad neighbor argument story. So I want to know if you can think back and see if you can kind of catalog for us the neighbor problems that you've had. What have the fights or altercations been over?
Well, the most recent one was the most violent one. That's when the guy who is still doing it to this day, who goes by his boat and honks at my dog with his air horn. He blasts it in her face. Remember, I threw the baseball, hit him in the elbow?
Oh, that's right. You threw the base because he would come by. Your dog would be out barking on the dock.
Yeah, and he didn't like that because dogs don't bark.
And he would come near your dock with
and he has an air horn for all the dogs that bark.
The little handheld deal. And he would go, whoa,
right in her face.
In your dog's
Scare the
face.
hell out of her.
Yeah.
So that guy.
And then you threw a baseball at him and you hit him in the elbow.
Yeah. Then there was my old lady neighbor who caught me peeing in my backyard because my water was down and I had to pee really bad. So I went in the backyard and she's like, "Michael, what are you doing?" And I turn around and my ween is just in my hand.
All right. No, that's all right. I got to dump that. All right. I just dumped that.
That's more of a new one.
All right. I dumped that.
So she saw all of me.
All right.
She's 80.
All right. Froggy.
Then I had the other one.
Can you please use more? That's like an expo. You could be on a list.
Well, I couldn't help it. I had to go.
But that's the kind of thing that could get you to have to register.
That happened 2 weeks ago.
What? Oh, that. I thought you said that things were looking better with your neighbors.
Well, this is a new occurrence. I started talking to my other neighbors who had issues with me.
Oh my God. Anyway, let me talk about this neighbor dispute.
Please.
Tell me if this has ever happened. An argument between neighbors over trash. A woman in Texas named Lakeisha Broomfield alleges that Sydney Harris ran her over with an SUV on January 4th after she used Harris's trash bins. Whoa. Now, I've known over the years some arguments in my neighborhood if one neighbor uses the other neighbor's trash bin, but I've never known a neighbor to run the other neighbor over with an SUV.
Jeez.
Yeah, this altercation allegedly began after Broomfield placed some of her trash into Harris's cans over the holidays. Harris told WFAA television in Dallas that Broomfield pushed her twice before she got into her car and then plowed into Broomfield's trash cans and then knocked Broomfield to the pavement. I can't believe any person would hop into a car and hit a person the way she hit me. The Sydney or Lakeisha Broomfield tells the TV station of this Sydney Harris running into her trash cans and then running into her. Harris claims that she never meant to hit. Harris claims she never meant to hit the neighbor, only the trash cans. The assailant also told the TV station that she suffers from a disorder causing mobility issues. You got no problem mobility-wise running your neighbor over with a SUV. Anyway, you hit somebody with a car intentionally, you're going to get charged. And in this case, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's nuts. You know, I wonder if we take some early calls here. Would you like to vent? You know, we take calls all the time, but
About their neighbor?
yeah. What if we grab a couple of calls here? One of these earlier segments. What if we ask you, the MJ Morning Show listener, have you ever had a nasty altercation with a neighbor that, I don't know, does it approach a neighbor running over your trash cans and bashing into you with an SUV? Have you ever had a bad neighbor story? Let's just see if we can grab a couple of calls here. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Have you had a nasty situation with a neighbor? Hey, maybe you have an ongoing feud. Maybe the thing's still going on. But if you'd like to vent, this could be very therapeutic. Tell us about a really bad neighbor issue, argument, altercation, prolonged problem with a neighbor. Love to hear the story. 800-990-1047 if you want to share. 800-990-1047. Hey, Tina already. Look at this in Riverview. Hey, Tina, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning, Tina. What happened? Did a neighbor run you over with an SUV?
No, not quite. But we have actually been being harassed by our neighbor for going on about 4 years now. So much as he has accosted my children outside. He stalks us. He's got cameras watching every corner of my house, a floodlight directly across from my master bedroom window.
The
My
floodlight.
God. Whoa.
This is-
What precipitated this? What started this feud 4 years ago with your neighbor?
So if you want me to be completely honest, I think he's trying to pick his neighbors. The neighbors on the other side of him, when we first bought our house, they had issues, and I didn't know the whole story. And we were fine with him. Actually, our kids played together in the very beginning. And those neighbors ended up selling their house to get away from him.
Oh, my.
And about 2 months after they left, he started with us. So I truly believe he's just trying to pick his neighbors.
Have you called, listen, you're in Riverview, so have you called the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office to file a complaint?
They don't care. They don't care about anything. It's actually kind of funny that this morning.
Well, listen, my experience, hold on now, I've been, full disclosure, I've been an honorary deputy with Hillsborough County since 1997. I've been on so many ride-alongs over the years. I see I see amazing care, with the Hillsborough.
I've called numerous times, and they always tell me they're sorry, there's nothing. They won't even come out to do a report.
One of the things, maybe, you have to approach this civilly. Maybe you need to gather evidence and maybe sue the guy civilly for harassment.
Listen, as I was going to say, it's kind of funny that you have this segment this morning because I'm on my way to Tampa right now. My daughter has an appointment at the hospital at 8 a.m., and when we're finished, I have a compile of evidence, and I'm going to file an injunction this morning, or at least attempt to.
Well, look at that. I mean,
Junction.
Man, it's conjunction junction.
Really?
But I like it. Injunction junction. What's your function?
What's your malfunction?
Hey, Tina, do me a favor. I'm going to put you on hold. And I want Andrew, our producer, to get your name and number just so we can keep track with you and find out what the latest is, okay?
Yeah, great.
All right, hold on a minute.
Good luck.
Andrew, get Tina's name and number so we can talk to her later on, do a follow-up file. One more here quickly. I don't want to get too late. Gary is in Safety Harbor. Gary, you're on the MJ Morning Show, Q105. Hi.
Hi. So I got a good one here. You know how when we were growing up, you always wanted to have the Kool-Aid house? Well, we had the Kool-Aid house, and all the kids in the neighborhood would come around, and we had more than one neighbor.
Can I ask, what the hell's the Kool-Aid house?
Well, they have the Kool-Aid, the drink for the kids.
Everybody comes to hang out, the fun house.
It's a metaphor.
Okay, all right. I didn't know whether like you bashed through the fence like the Kool-Aid man or something. I don't know what
That's the entry point.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. Bash through the garage door like the Kool-Aid man. All right, go ahead, Gary. So what's the story?
All right, so anyway, we had a knock on the door at 9 in the morning, and the village sends the authorities over, and they go, "Listen, we're understanding that you're running an illegal daycare." And so the woman goes, "May I come in?" And my wife said, "Sure, come on in." And the woman comes in and goes, "See, you got 3 kids the same age there." She goes, "Those are my daughters. I have triplets." And she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she was so embarrassed, and she said, "Yeah, we're not going to listen to any more of the calls from your neighbors."
Well, there you go. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate the Kool-Aid house.
I've never heard that.
You're running an illegal daycare. It's your own kids in there.
And what's with those big holes on your wall, sir? That's the Kool-Aid house.
Yeah. Why is there a big hole in the side of your house and it's shaped like a giant pitcher?
Who is this big red man dressed as a pitcher? Hey, nothing going on here.
Do we have time for a gross neighbor story from me? Or
when we get back.
Save it? Okay.
When we get back. I'll tell you what. When we get back.
All right.
In moments. And also, you had an issue you observed in the Miami airport?
I did. Yeah.
Roxanne. Well, first of all, the Miami airport is the worst.
Nightmare.
You traveled again this weekend?
Oh,
Yeah. Even my kids are like, I hate this airport.
Derek Jeter needed the toilet scrubbed at the Miami mansion, so they headed on down.
I mean, can't you get a butler at this point?
Hang on, we're back in a minute. Hang on. We start the long chunk. Oh, I've angered her. We start the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. Don't move. Hey, our good friend 24. I also have to try to get a hold of Chloe, my daughter, this morning. Let's see. It is 7:24 here. They're 5 hours up. So in St. Andrews, Scotland right now, it's almost 12:30, almost 12:30, noon hour. So she went to a party over the weekend with a theme. And I'd like to I'd like to clarify the theme of this party. And
I remember that. Okay, she called you. I was still in the studio last Friday, so I heard about it.
Yeah, so she's got this party, and I want to know what she went as, because it's this or that. So I got to call Chloe in a few minutes here. All right, welcome, folks, to the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Every morning around this time, 7:22, 7:23, 7:24, somewhere in that spread, we start the long, uninterrupted chunk of the show. We go for about an hour and 20 minutes right now, nonstop, no interruption. It's just nonstop content. If you're just listening now, thank you, by the way. And if you just listen to a small chunk of the show and you like it, imagine what you're missing by not hearing more of the show. So, try to listen as long as you can every single day. And if you miss anything, of course, the show is completely podcast, very easy, all the platforms, or you can go to mjmorningshow.com, the MyQ105 app, and you can catch the entire show at your leisure. Also, MJ TV is on. Good morning to all of our TV watchers that are watching us in our studio this morning with cameras everywhere. We're still down Fester. We'll try to call Fester in a few minutes. First, though, last segment, we were talking about a terrible neighbor story, and this one neighbor was angry that the other neighbor was putting their trash in the trash can of one neighbor. So that neighbor got in their car in an SUV and runs into the neighbor's trash cans, plows over. First of all, why would you potentially damage your own car by smashing into your neighbor's trash cans? That's number one. But then also ran over the neighbor as well. And the neighbor got hit by the car, and luckily the neighbor's going to be okay. The neighbor's name was Lakeisha, right?
Yeah.
I threw the story away, but
sounds right.
Yeah, where is? Oh, here it is. Hold on. I want to see if it was Lakeisha that went squeesha, or if it was what? What for?
LaQuisha went squeesha?
Hey, a Texas woman.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, so Lakeisha Broomfield alleges that the neighbor, Sydney Harris, barreled over her with an SUV because of a trash bin issue. So it was Lakeisha that almost went squeesha.
Too soon.
She's
all squisha, by the way. It's squisha.
No, it's Lakeisha. Go squeesha.
But no, squeesha is not a thing.
What?
That sounds like a squeezy, something.
All right, well, listen, I'm not going to argue about squishing and squeezing. All right. So, Roxanne, this kind of drummed up some of your old stories, because you've had a couple of neighbor from hell incidents, right?
Yeah, these are, not my neighbors, but Doug's. Okay, two great stories, or horrible stories, depending on how you look at it.
No, they are your neighbors.
Okay. So
well, hold on. Why are you trying to? You're like trying to protect the innocent again.
I'm not.
Yeah, the one lady that got hogtied, that was your next door neighbor.
The hogtie lady was Doug and his first wife's neighbor. It was not my neighbor.
All right.
No.
Whoa, hogtie. What's happening?
Yeah, we got all right. Do a hogtie story first.
You want hogtie first?
Right.
This is so classic. Okay, so Doug was living in this neighborhood. New couple, or I should say, a bachelor moves in.
All right, by the way, Doug, of course, is Roxanne's perpetual fiance. So it's Roxanne and Doug, hence
Roxanne Weber
and Doug. Not to be confused with and Doug. Talking about
Roxanne Weber
and Doug. All right, go ahead.
So he lived there with his ex-wife. They were married at the time. Couple moves in across the street. The guy was a bachelor, but he had this woman who was always at his house. So I guess he did have a girlfriend who would come over all the time. So it's a very friendly neighborhood. One of the neighbors went to the new guy's house and said, "Hey, man, if you ever need anything from me, I'm here for you. Let me know." And the guy says to him, like a total, you know what move?
Delta Bravo move?
Yes, like mean move. Yeah.
Rhymes with schmoosh blag?
Or schmick. Just a total rude move.
Right.
Says, I'm not going to.
You can say prick.
Yeah.
Okay. Says, I'm not going to ever.
Or Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah. Either one.
Dick's. Place is so great.
He said, I'm not ever going to need anything from you, because you're not ever going to need anything from me. Like that was his statement to the nice, friendly neighbor.
That's how I like my neighbors.
Yeah.
So immediately he sets off on the wrong foot in this neighborhood.
It's like,
Well,
don't talk to me.
yeah.
You're not going to need anything from me, and I'm not going to need anything from you. So let's stop the small talk right here. Let's stop all this neighborly fun, and let's just go our separate ways, punk.
Right, exactly. So he's lives there for let's say 6 months. Everyone sees his fancy girlfriend drive up all the time. She's big blonde with her big fancy SUV, and so she's there all the time, back and forth. They keep to themselves.
Big blonde with big fancy SUV.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're
Big hair. Did she have big hair?
I'm sure it was.
I'm here to
teased
see
out.
you, sweetheart.
So then she goes. They don't say hi to anybody. They're very to themselves. Well, then one night they get into a fight, and it gets so bad the cops are called
Mhm.
because they're beating the. I think she was beating him, so he calls the cops.
Jeez.
So the whole neighborhood is out in their front yards watching this because they're so happy because this guy's been so rude to everyone, and they're fighting. The cops are there. They're trying to calm her down. She is drunk as can be. And she's screaming, and then she starts throwing up in the cop car,
Oh,
or like
God.
she's like by the cop car.
Was this City of Tampa Police or was it Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office?
I would guess it's Hillsborough County,
All right. Well, where did it happen?
like North Tampa, Cheval. So that's
All right,
Hillsborough
so
County.
that'd be HSO, yeah.
So they're like,
Oh, wait a sec. But Cheval, no. Cheval, doesn't that...
I don't know,
Does Cheval roll into Pasco County?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, but all the cops are there and they're trying to calm her down. She's throwing up, and then they start fighting again, and then she gets loose and she runs, and they have to hog tie her, and so she's like,
Man, it's like an
hog-tied.
episode of Cops,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but the best part of it was she screams at the top of her lungs in front of all these neighbors who are lined up like it's like a big potluck night or something.
Cops is filmed on location with Doug's neighbors. All suspects innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
As she vomits.
And then she's like, "Hey, you didn't mind watching me bleep your friends."
What?
So
Wait a minute.
Watching me bleep your friends? So the boyfriend would watch while she bleeped his friends?
What a cuck.
Did you say cuck?
Yeah, cuck.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's called?
Cuckolded. Yeah.
Isn't that? I think it's like when you like to watch.
Yeah, CUCK, cuckolding. Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
Cuckolding.
Yeah.
So it's just like he wanted nothing to do with any of the neighbors. He wanted his private life private, obviously.
Oh, my God.
Obviously.
I don't want anything to do with you. Unless you want to do my wife. You want to do my wife?
That's crazy.
You
That's
doing?
right. And you told that a couple of years ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
And
I did.
then what?
But that's a good one.
and then what's the other
Never
one?
Gets old. So this happened. The best part of the story is where it happened. So there was a woman, and she was living next to a guy. She was single.
Hold on, I thought it's your neighbor.
No, it's now it's related to me because we ended up buying one of the properties.
Okay, all right.
So
Well, see, folks, we have to keep Roxanne honest because Roxanne likes to, tell stories, but then leave like her friends' names out or
She's very careful.
or something that she saw or witnessed when it actually happened to her.
I'm
so,
a good secret keeper. I
don't-
respect people's
no,
privacy.
I don't want secrets. I want you to tell us that it happened to you.
You got to
Okay.
lay it all out on the line here.
Were you the one hogtied by any chance? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. All
I
right.
did used to be blonde, but no, it was not me.
You were
So-
once blonde?
Yeah, my hair used to be blonde, like all
Really?
through high school and
But
College
hold
and
on, what's your
yeah.
real hair color?
this is my real hair color.
But you dyed it blonde?
yeah, it was blonde.
Okay.
You should
All
do
right.
that again. I want to see that.
All right, what's the
I
second
don't
story?
like it. So the second story is this woman lived next door to a creepy guy, and the guy would ask her out and was pursuing her,
Mhm.
and she wouldn't give him the time of day. Or she tried to be nice at first, so it
And
got
he wouldn't
really,
take no for
He would not take no for an answer.
right.
It got really bad. He liked
Persistent.
her. He went crazy, and he stalked her. And then one time he went to her patio and he pooped on her patio.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay.
And- but
that took a turn.
Crazy. part of the story.
His name's Cy the photo guy?
You know, it's very interesting you brought this up because I've got a couple of number 2 stories
Okay,
today.
well, this is a great way to lead into them.
We got a couple of really bizarre. I've got a number 1 and a number 2 and a number 3, but they're all about number 2.
Okay, well, we
It's
can
like
get right in.
it's like a bizarre compendium day of that type of story. All right, hey, go ahead, finish up.
So the crazy part is, guess what neighborhood this is that this happened? Davis Islands.
Duty
Did
Islands?
you ever think? Yeah.
In
yeah.
Davis Islands?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So share that with your Davis Islands friends next
the
time.
neighbor pooped on the other neighbor's
Yes.
porch because they were angry at him.
Because he wanted her to go out with him.
I'll show you.
That's crazy. That's
Doug said he saw the video and he said it's one of the most disturbing things he's ever seen because
My-
they captured it on video.
Oh my! It was caught on video.
Yes.
Oh.
Does Doug still have it?
No, he saw it in the girl's phone.
Oh, he didn't get a copy of the
No,
file.
No.
No, I got you.
He saved it.
Hey, can I just take a moment here and talk to the City of Tampa Water Department? I would like to I've got a dreaded final notice, yellow disconnect notice from the City of Tampa Utilities Department, which they handle water. Now, I want to run some dates by you here, and you tell me what's wrong with this, all right? Roxanne, Froggy, listen up here. I get in the mail final notice 1/12/23. Utility account number, service address, service now subject to interruption at any time. How to avoid disconnection of your service. City of Tampa utility records indicate your account is past due. To avoid having your services disconnected, we must receive the current past due balance of $127.36 immediately. If you've already paid, thank you for your payment, and please disregard this notice. Well, I am disregarding the notice because I did pay.
Man, you need to borrow some money?
No.
Are you okay?
Hold on. Hey, City of Tampa, you can save some money and aggravation and stop griefing up your customers. They jumped the gun. My payment was due on the 12th of January. My bill pay was electronic. They were paid on the 12th. It's like...
Oh, they didn't even wait for the day to end?
Give it a second for it to breathe.
Right?
What are they doing? Sending out a notice when you got the payment on the exact day it was due, and they're already... This is like the second time this has happened.
Waste of paper.
Are you sure they got it, though?
Of course they did. It is...
Well, then...
It's processed. It's electronic. It's not one of the bill pay deals where sometimes they mail the check and that can get hung up in the mail. This is electronic. And
Instant.
It's like the next day. There are certain bills that I pay where
Certain bills you pay?
What?
You said certain.
There are certain, excuse me, let me enunciate for Roxanne. All right. So there are certain bills that I pay which are electronic, and it's like next day they're paid. And other bills will sometimes be days out or a week out because they're mailing a check. But the City of Tampa Water Department utilities, they were paid the exact day my thing was due. And I'm just saying, stop griefing me up over here. It's like I paid on the due date. You had a due date on the bill. I send it. You get paid on that day, and you're already sending me out like this yellow, evil disconnection final notice. Final notice. Oh, my God. It's the final countdown.
Is it the first notice, though?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying
I
to
didn't even
figure
get a
out.
first. It's the
Right?
it's final. Final.
And the yellow paper is so aggressive.
Well, red would be really aggressive, but they're using yellow.
You want to burn
Caution.
it? Let's burn it.
Could somebody at the City of Tampa Utilities Department maybe just take a deep breath and wait until the end of the day before you start processing final notices, threatening me with an inch of my life, essentially?
9:15 in the morning. Todd Shit has not sent his payment. Send him the notice right now. Sent? Good. Oh, he just paid. Crap.
Recall.
Send it back. Unsend.
I mean, listen, it's just an administrative suggestion that maybe you ought to wait like a couple of hours or a day Because you got paid when you told me to pay you, and you're already sending me out the final disconnection notice.
MJ, I have a thought.
Yes.
Why don't you pay a couple days early? Give yourself a buffer zone.
Sometimes I do. I usually do, but for whatever reason, this was a pay date on the due date.
So now you know, maybe go a day early.
Arrest me. I paid on the due date exactly. Yellow notice. It's like
Rip it up now.
It's like the color of French's mustard, this thing.
It's like the yellow streak
know
that
what?
runs down
Rip
your
it.
back.
Spit on it.
Oh, eat it.
Eat it?
Eat it.
like in the the Office episode where Will Ferrell was the new boss and that other guy is like doing all the stupid things, pouring hot coffee on his crotch. You ever see that episode of The Office?
No. I have not.
Who's the guy that's on The Office? What's his name? And he also is in like the Bachelor movies, like
I know who James. Is it James?
No,
BJ Novak?
No, it's not BJ Novak. It's the guy. It's the smarmy guy he's in the Bachelor movies in Vegas, and he's from The Office. And there was an episode where he was like just falling over chairs, knocking stuff. He poured
Andy?
Maybe it was Andy. He pours a whole like barrel of those Costco cheese doodles all over himself in the break room.
It's Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
I love Andy.
Yeah, and then he pours like hot coffee on his crotch, and Will Ferrell's going, "Oh, that's funny." And that was the way that he was endearing himself to Will Ferrell. Was he was just doing stupid things to himself.
I've never seen that episode. I gotta watch it.
Oh man! All right, where the hell was I? All right, so City of Tampa Water Department. Yeah, don't send me a final notice when you got paid on the same day that the notice went out. For crying out loud!
You need water. Oh
my God! All right, let me call Chloe here before it gets too late because I think Monday is one of her class days, but I would imagine she's got the lunch hour off. Chloe made me aware after the show on Friday of a party that she was going to this weekend, and it was a themed party.
It's not pimps and hoes, but it's like a notch up from that. It's a little classier than that, right?
Yeah. Well, you kind of just gave it away.
No, I didn't.
All right.
I absolutely did not.
It was CEO or hoe.
Yeah. Classier than pimps and hoes.
Yes. Yeah.
CEO or
what? Exactly.
These days?
What is going on? And this is St. Andrews. This is where
I got an idea for a dance.
This is where Prince William, who will be the King of England someday, met what's her name?
Kate
Winslet. What's
Middleton.
Her? Middleton. Thank you. Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Oh, she was Titanic, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So,
CEOs or hoes? What do you think? Scottish are crazy.
Hang on a minute. Let me call Chloe. 91011. I got to call her SIM card. 44797. It's like 20,000 digits.
Be like CEO or scantily clad woman.
No, it's CEO or hoe, and you go to the party dressed up as a CEO or a hoe. I'm like, what is going on?
What if you're a hoe that's a CEO?
Or a CEO?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's...
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
What?
I'm sorry, but the person you've called is not available. Please leave your message
Okay.
after the tone. After you've finished your message, just hang up. Or to hear more options, please press 1.
What if I want a scone? What if I want a scone or some spotted dick?
I want spotted dick in my mouth right now.
Exactly. Spotted dick is a very well-known British dessert.
It's absolutely delicious.
Oh, man. I think she might have sent me to voice. I wonder if she's in class. But if it's 12:43 there, wouldn't you think that she wouldn't have class?
Why? Of course she
Hang on,
would.
let me try back.
Or she's at lunch with her friends,
With-
recapping the party.
Yeah, exactly. 910114479. All right. Let me try one more time. Yeah, she might be in a lecture hall. She might be some stuffy like professor with that whole Scottish accent thing. Might be like teaching now, and her phone's going off.
How about destitute or prostitute?
But, I mean, I'm sending my daughter to a year at St. Andrews, and she's going to a CEO or hoe party? No, seriously, you had
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
Oh, yeah, she'll text me back, I'm sure. Oh,
I'm
wait a
sure
minute.
she went
Hang
as
on.
a CEO.
She just texted me. She just WhatsApped me. In class, done in 15. Okay.
Okay, we'll
well,
wait.
folks, it's appointment radio. In 15 minutes, we'll call Chloe back. Because I don't know, did she go as a CEO or a hoe?
I hope she went as Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, my God. I mean,
what are the
really?
what are the options for CEO, honestly? Rick Ross? What the? Who are you going to be?
We'll find out whether she went as a CEO or I want to know if she's got a picture. I want to know if she can share a picture because,
This isn't good.
well, at her age, the kids are taking pictures of
You know-
themselves
you
like
know,
9 times a minute.
I
mean,
always-
you look at them and they're holding the phone, they're doing selfies. So I'm sure she's got 90 pictures of her from over the weekend, whether she dressed as the CEO or the hoe. So
Wow, that is
I
not
wonder
good.
if she blocks you on her stories of her pictures.
No.
Dad.
maybe I don't see maybe I don't see everything. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what?
You could make it only your close friends see your hoe
Yeah.
outfit.
You're right. All right, hey, before we get to a dating issue and a crush issue, I just want to play that Hilaria Baldwin audio that we played first thing this morning. This is preposterous. Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria Baldwin, or Hilaria, who fakes being of Spanish descent when she was born in Boston, Massachusetts. Her mother is like a Boston physician. Her dad is a Boston lawyer. She was born in Boston, but suddenly she has a Spanish accent and had lied about what was it, Roxanne? I told you to look that up.
Yeah.
Did she lie about like being born in Mallorca or something? Or?
Yeah, Palma de Mallorca.
Yes.
And her family, she was born in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you say Boston?
There's something seriously wrong here. I mean, this behavior of Alec Baldwin's wife. I mean, listen, you got a guy that shot the cinematographer on the set. All right. Then you got a wife that's faking being like born in Spain when she was born in the United States in Boston.
And she's always identified as Mallorcan, Spanish, or Latina.
She's Boston. I mean, she's Faneuil Hall. All right.
And it was the former classmates that came out and were like, wait a second.
Yeah.
She had much paler skin and blonde hair.
And had no accent
And no
whatsoever.
accent.
They're like, I went to high school with her. Where did this sudden Spanish accent, like she's, who's the really hot?
Sofia Vergara.
Well, that's one. But
Selma Hayek.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know where Selma. So Sophia,
Eva Mendes.
Listen, all of them are
Penelope Cruz.
All of them are knockouts. Well, Penelope Cruz might look a little too much like a bird. But
She's beautiful.
all right,
What are you talking about?
But listen, all the women you mentioned are absolutely gorgeous, beautiful knockouts. And I don't know what possesses someone to, what crawls in your head, what sociopathic trigger causes you to pretend that suddenly you're of Spanish descent, born in Spain, and you concoct an accent.
Please, how do you know she's concocting? This is the Latino skeletor, Mark Anthony's. You don't even know where. Ask me where I'm from.
Where are you from, Mark Anthony?
Goodwater, Alabama.
So you go the other way, right?
I'm from Alabama. Can you tell?
All right.
Can you even tell?
All right, so hang on a minute. Let me play the audio. This audio is from Friday, where Hilaria Baldwin was operating like as a distraction, as a decoy. Alec Baldwin was inside their, I don't know if it's not really West Village because they live like on 5th Avenue, right around 10th or 11th Street. They're in an apartment building over there. That's where, remember, Alec Baldwin punched the motorist trying to take a parking spot. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Alec, please stop punching him in the face.
I mean, Alec Baldwin was saving a parking spot, and then he's standing in the road, and a guy wants to go into the parking spot, and they get into a fist fight. Alec Baldwin hit a guy in a face over a parking spot.
Yeah, he's a loose cannon.
I mean, he's hitting people, he's shooting people. All right, so with all of the news on Thursday that the prosecutors out in, Santa Fe County, New Mexico, are going to file charges and hit him up with a couple of manslaughter charges. One of the charges with a firearm enhancement, which could put him in jail for a 5-year mandatory sentence if he doesn't beat this thing in court. So Alec Baldwin is in the apartment and wants to leave, but the reporters out front are like 10 feet thick. All the reporters, TV cameras, man, you got Entertainment Tonight, you got Access Hollywood, Extra, all the local channels are there, Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 2, Channel 11, Channel 9, everyone, all the wire services are trying to get video and pictures of Alec Baldwin. So here's what happens. Hilaria decides they concoct this plan that Alec needs to leave, so he's going to go out another entrance while she's out front distracting the reporters. Classic decoy move. And she starts talking to the reporters in front of their building in this voice.
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out. Okay? So let my kids come home and you stay away from them. Because they asked me, Mommy, what are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home. Because I'm not going to say anything, and Alec is not going to say anything.
Your lawyers have said.
What is this fake accent? She's continuing with this charade.
My little chicharitos look at me and they say, Mamita. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it's...
Mama, ¿qué pasa estas personas
Please,
haciendo?
everybody, don't cry for me, Argentina.
I mean, it is sociopathic. She is from Boston. She does not talk like that.
MJ, I sent you a very important text that might explain this. Please check on your phone.
Okay.
Someone told her at one point.
I looked up if this is a disease. And it looks like it's a real disease.
It's called foreign accent syndrome.
I just found this out right now. Because I studied in the Oregon. Have you heard of the Oregon, Medford?
You studied in Medford, Oregon.
That's where I was born. Yes.
You studied in Medford,
That's where I got this accent, obviously. No, seriously, read it.
Froggy just sent me a screenshot from the Googles.
Yes, it is the Googles.
And it says, what is foreign accent syndrome?
Listen, guys, I think I might have a touch of that.
But
I don't bring it to the public.
Foreign accent, I'll explore that in a minute. Thanks for opening the door. All right, so foreign accent syndrome, or FAS, is speech disorder that causes a sudden change to speech so that a native speaker is perceived to speak with a foreign accent. FAS is most often caused by damage to the brain caused by a stroke or traumatic brain injury. No, Froggy.
Oh, my goodness, did I have a stroke?
No, she doesn't have this. She deliberately, with sound mind and body.
Did she ever have a brain injury? You don't know.
She was doing something to try to enhance her persona and act international. So it turned out that her family, they used to vacation, I think, in Spain, right? They had like a vacation home in Mallorca.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, so good to be back in their home countries.
So they would go on vacation. They would go from Boston to Spain to Mallorca, and she decided that, I'm going to suddenly become Spanish. I'm going to be of Spanish origin. I'm going to be born in Spain, and I'm going to come up with this accent.
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out. Okay? So let my kids come home and you stay away from them.
You stay away from them.
They asked me, Mommy.
They asked me, Mommy.
Let my kids stay in la casa and I drink my café con leche and I relax.
What are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home. Because I'm not going to say anything and Alec is not going to say anything.
Your lawyer.
All right, so listen.
Go home.
Listen to me. She was raked over the coals. Like, what was it, a year ago? Did you you find some of those stories?
I did. December of 2020.
Read some of the headlines or read some of the details. She was raked over the coals for faking the accent, pretending she was from Spain. I mean, has she not forgotten that she had like 6 months of horrible press
Yeah.
But don't bring it up in front of my little niños and niñas.
If you told me this happened, 3 months ago, I would believe it because that's how long her bad press has been over it. But it was actually December 2020.
All right, read it.
And a Twitter user accused Hilaria of impersonating a Spanish person and posted a number of video clips of Baldwin speaking with her contrived accent, including the clip on the Today Show where she forgot the English word for cucumber.
Now we have that.
I want to hear that.
Listen to this. She was on the Today Show, and she was on a cooking segment. She was like, how Hilaria Baldwin, Alex, leader of the brood, pumping out all these babies. How does Hilaria Baldwin, Alex's wife, cook at home? And she didn't pretend that she didn't know the word for cucumber in English. Listen.
We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumber? Cucumbers.
How do you say
it in English?
God, she's
Cucumber.
such a
I mean,
hack.
I'm telling you, it is sociopathic behavior.
Do people drop into like Scottish accents and like other accents out of nowhere when they have that real disease?
I mean, how bizarre. And now we have this latest audio from Friday where I think she's a sick woman.
Yes.
There's something not right.
Did I tell you her? Did I say this already? Her agency's website listed her birthplace as Mallorca.
Yes.
She's
What?
perpetuating this with a.
Right. You didn't mention this just now, but we had talked about this back in 2020.
Right.
And she still hasn't changed it? Or was that.
No, I don't know if it's still. I
But
can't imagine. I'm sure
when-
it's changed
back
now.
back when she was accused,
Right.
the website claimed that her birthplace was Mallorca, Spain, when it was like Newton, Massachusetts or something,
Right.
just outside of Boston.
And she would be covered. She'd get like positive press by Hispanic media and Hola, the magazine, the gossip magazine. Hola.
Could you imagine applying for a job? I have one thing though. I have foreign accent syndrome, so it just sort of pops out of nowhere.
You know what? Listen. First of all, a real Hispanic accent, a Latino accent, I think is very sexy.
And
So
someone
sexy.
probably told her that, and so she's just gone with it.
That's the deal. So, you know what? We ought to go to phones here. I would like to hear from our Latino audience. I would love to hear from those that are from maybe Cuba, or families from Cuba, or Mexico, South America, Central America. Or
What's that little city in the South America?
Brazil?
Boston?
The little city in South America. Yes, Boston, Colombia.
Yes, Boston.
Yes, Boston.
Yes.
Boston, Ecuador.
Got a lot of culture there.
Boston, Argentina. All right, so I want to hear. I would love to hear from some of our Latino listeners. You've heard the Hilaria Baldwin audio. I'll play it again, but I'd like to get comment on her faking Spanish birth and faking a Spanish accent. I mean, how does that make you feel? All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Listen, you might have been born here, but your family is of Latino descent, and maybe your parents are from Central America, South America, Puerto Rico, Cuba, where I'd love to hear what you think of Hilaria Baldwin, Alex's wife, faking this entire origin, even when she was busted, and she got awful, awful press 2 years ago, and she's now at it again. All right.
So true.
800-990-1047. I'm running a little late because I want to talk about the crush story, having a crush, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. But listen, this is a spontaneous show. I got to call Chloe in Scotland about the hoe or CEO in a minute also.
I just think maybe she has an ex-boyfriend who had a crush on Sofia Vergara, and they broke up, and she's like, I'll show him. I will always speak with a Spanish accent.
You know how you could say, I need somebody who's got shot with a nail in the head, and they'll call up?
Oh, yeah.
You think anybody knows somebody that does this? Like, just lays out like, Madonna does the English thing, or the Brit, like.
I was going to bring that up.
If you listen to Madonna interviews, sometimes she's like, yes, that's right. I'm on tour again.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think people are so elitist that they think they can talk with whatever accent they want to. Madonna
right.
does it and Hilaria
So
does it.
Madonna did it for a while. She was talking. She was
British for a while.
Well, she was married to that guy. Was it Guy Ritchie?
Guy
right?
Ritchie.
It's a terrible movie. Terrible movie.
And then she started speaking with a British accent. That's
did.
right.
She did.
All right, let's
So
go.
weird.
Let's go to phones here. Phones are ringing off the hook. All right, so if you want to get in, 800-990-1047. Again, this is American-born, Boston-born Hilaria Baldwin speaking to reporters on Friday, and this is her accent.
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out. Okay? So let my kids come home.
In high school, she was like, apparently she was pack the can, Harvard Yard. And,
Hey,
and now
screw
she...
you.
And you stay away from them. Because they asked me, Mommy, what are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home. Because I'm not going to say anything, and Alec is not going to say anything.
Your lawyers have said.
Now,
It's very hard to explain,
in high
especially since I
school-
don't speak the same language as my children.
Is it harder to tell your kids about daddy shooting the lady behind the camera on the movie set?
No.
All right, let me go to phones. Phones have blown up here. Willie is in St. Pete. Hey, Willie, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, I'm Jay. How's it going?
Going well. Go ahead, Willie. What's your take on this?
My take is that she's mimicking a Spaniard descent. She's not
Bingo.
really, speaking like a real Spaniard person or a Latino.
Now, Willie, are you of Spanish descent?
Yes, I am.
Are you from Spain?
No, I'm not from Spain. I'm from Belize.
Oh, you're of Latino descent. You're from? Did you say you're from Belize?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you know that English is the official language of Belize? Believe it or not,
It's so true.
Yes, it is.
it is.
Yeah.
Willie, thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate you listening. Let me grab Luis in Tampa. Hello, Luis. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning, guys.
All right, so this Hilaria Baldwin fake Spanish accent, what's your take?
I feel like she ate or she's eating too much of that Taco Bell season you can get at Publix, for Taco Tuesdays. And I feel like she's just distracting everybody in the front and Alex in the back, trying to sneak out with a little sombrero. They got a whole little plan.
Is the Mexican hat dance going to play?
But hold on, that's what they were doing. It was the distraction. She was out front distracting the reporters. But again, the point is, she was busted 2 years ago, and there was a big to-do about her fake Spanish accent and her fake bio, her fake birthplace, and now she's pulling the accent thing again.
I don't know. She sounds like maybe she's a secret agent or something, and she has these different identities and she keeps blowing her own cover.
There you go.
No,
Thank
please,
you.
leave us alone to distract you. A mariachi band. Here we go. Yes, leave us alone.
Miguel's in Spring Hill. Hey, Miguel, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, guys. Glad you're all back and on for this year. I got that Microsoft 8 looking good. Listen, I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban. I know I don't sound like I'm Cuban, but I can go there if you need me, my friend, man.
See?
And I'm a retired international fugitive recovery, and I'm glad to understand that she's trying such a thing, but she doesn't understand the discrimination. Because my name is Miguel, they expect to see somebody 5'6", brown-eyed, maybe a little darker skin. And when this big 6 foot, 200-pound white boy with blue eyes shows up, they're like, "You're Miguel?" And I go, "Sí, I'm Miguel. What can I do for you today?" And
All right, what do you think about Alec Baldwin's wife with the fake accent, the fake bio of being born in Spain when she was born in Boston? What do you when you just heard that audio bite of her talking to the reporters in Manhattan? What are your thoughts?
I think it's a disgrace as an American. I'm glad to be an American, although I'm Cuban. And she's born here in America and pretending to be international from somewhere else. You can tell she's not. And furthermore, has she ever been discriminated against? I guess she doesn't understand what that is like.
Got you loud and clear, Miguel. Thanks. I'm going to grab one more call, but let me give out the Q105 Trip a Day song. The Trip a Day song to win a trip for two to Discovery Cove in Orlando to swim with the dolphins is I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett. Now, we're going to play that in the 5 o'clock hour. When you hear it, be the 7th caller to win the Q105 Trip a Day. So good luck, 5 o'clock hour, I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett, be the 7th caller and win. All right, last call on this, and we got to move on. Let's grab Rich in St. Pete. Hey, Rich, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm Colombian. I'm actually white, so it's kind of, I think she's actually capitalizing. I think she's doing a very bad job of it, but I think that everybody else is doing it. I don't know if you know about Rachel Dolezal in New York.
Oh yeah, Rachel
Oh,
Dolezal.
yeah.
She faked
Fake being African American, right?
She was like from Washington State, like Spokane or something, and she faked being African American. And wasn't she like? Didn't she have like an NAACP post out in like Spokane, Washington, and she faked her whole ethnicity?
Yeah.
I just think she could have done a much better job covering it up. You know, just with everything going on, I think it's too easy that she got caught. You know, but is it offensive? I don't know if it's quite offensive. Is it more? I
think it's pathetic that she's trying to be something she's not because she wants to what? She thinks she's boosting her persona by acting all international and born in Mallorca, Spain, when it's a total lie. Rich, thanks for the call, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, have a great day.
I think people in that status, they just think, I want to talk like this, so I'm going to, and I don't care what the public thinks. Full disclosure, I do speak with a British accent in my home 50% of the time.
What?
What are you talking
what
about?
Are you doing? You're going to turn your kids into that. You talk in a British accent in your home 50% of the time?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Roxanne, wait a minute. You're Hilaria Baldwin too.
But I don't bring it out into the public. This is just some fun we have around the house.
Why?
I would say that 90% of the time when we read, I'm British. And then just,
You read books to your kids with a
Yeah,
British accent?
I do.
Does Doug talk to you in Bush Click?
No, he ignores it.
All right, I'm sending Fester. I'm sending Fester a text right now. Are you awake? We have not heard from Fester. He was not doing well yesterday.
Ugh.
So I'll try Fester in a little bit. I just texted him. Oh, he says, yeah. All right, we'll call Fester in a few minutes. We'll check in on Fester. He was released from the hospital. In fact, folks, if you saw my video, I did a video update. I actually gave a video update on my Instagram before he was actually released. Fester was given discharge papers, but he was waiting for the transport folks to take the wheelchair and take him from his room down to the curb where Allison, his wife, was picking him up. So I already broke the news. Fester's about to be discharged from Tampa General Hospital. That was on Saturday. And I put a quick video up on my Instagram. So
Was it quick? Because can I make a little customer service
it was quick.
comment about that?
What do you mean it wasn't quick? It was quick.
Sometimes I go on there to look at your videos and get the updates on Fester,
Yeah.
and they're too long. And I'm like, okay, just tell me. Just tell me.
Whoa, look who's
And then
judging.
I don't have time to
Hold on a minute.
About 4:35 p.m. Just got off the phone with Fester, and I have some
And that's where I stopped watching.
good news. Fester is awaiting discharge from Tampa General Hospital.
This is 30
He is
seconds.
waiting for the transport unit. That's the guy to take him from his room down to the curb in a wheelchair, where his wife, Allison, will be awaiting. Fester is excited. I just spoke to him. Sounds pretty good. He is
That's a
very
little
excited
long.
to get home, obviously. 5 days in the hospital with the IV treatment for his MG, his myasthenia gravis. He wants me to thank everybody who has reached out.
All right,
Everyone
enough.
Who has
I'm giving pertinent information. The whole thing is like
Too long.
It's like 40 seconds
No.
long.
You're
No, too
lingering.
long, too long.
You're mumbling.
I'm not lingering and
Blabbering.
mumbling.
And then it's like, is there going to be some big thing at the end of it? So you kind of feel like
No
you-
payoff, man.
What?
Yeah,
He
that-
jumped
yeah,
off the
exactly.
roof? What do you want? What do you want? Want me to make something up like Hilaria Baldwin? Unbelievably, the myasthenia gravis has now given him a Spanish accent, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeez.
All right, so Fester's awake. We'll call him in a few minutes. I don't think he had a great day yesterday. We got a lot of business here, folks. All right, I'm running late on the crush issue, and I kind of teased this in our little promo over the weekend that I wanted to talk about the story about having a crush on somebody, but then there's a flaw. You have a crush, but then there's like a debilitating flaw. And in this case, I read one of these self-help stories about a woman that's attracted to a man, a lot in common with the man, but she says she can't get past this. So has a crush, lot in common, but oops, got a problem here. Can't get past this.
Oh, I got to guess.
What do you think it is, Froggy?
He's obviously afflicted with Peyronie's disease.
No,
a bent one.
He doesn't have a bent one. Will you stop?
What else could it possibly be?
All right. He has crooked.
See, yeah, that's it.
Well, that's the only thing that's similar. Apparently, his teeth are crooked and yellow.
Ew.
And she can't get past that.
Brush your teeth,
but
dude.
He's, I guess,
He checks all the other boxes.
He's attractive to her other than the crooked yellow teeth. But other than that, has a crush.
Hey, corn teeth. How about you brush them?
Or go to the, get some veneers put on
Yeah.
or get some orthodontic, or get some Invisalign or something.
Well, I mean, if you start dating him long enough, then you can make that change. You
I
can
once
make that
dated a girl
correction.
that was missing 2 front teeth.
No, you didn't.
I just put my tongue in there.
Froggy, that's gross. What is wrong with you? You're regressing.
I am, really.
You are regressing.
She's like, nice to meet you, Michael. I was like, give me those.
I'll tell you which teeth I find very attractive.
Oh, who?
The canines?
No.
Oh.
Jewel?
No. I'm talking about someone specifically.
Oh.
I'll tell you who's.
I like people's canines.
I'll tell you whose teeth I find very attractive. It's that SBF crypto fraud guy, Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend.
Oh, she's so hot.
She's got like those beaver teeth where I heard that one of her superpowers is that she could chew through wood.
Dude, she
That's
could
what
chew through a jackboot.
I heard she could chew through drywall with those teeth.
Now we're going to have this amazing, weird woman chew through an aluminum can.
Like a Ginsu. And look, and now her teeth will go right through this tomato like butter.
Right through it. Look at that.
Should we grab a couple of calls on this? Women that have a crush on somebody. You know what? This
That's not you, women who can chew through.
If you're a woman that can chew through wood, like Sam,
Hi, this is Becky the Beaver.
like the FTX crypto fraud guy's ex-girlfriend, who's now rolling on him, apparently.
Yeah, I bet.
Good.
You know what? Let's go to phones on this. We got a lot to cover. I got to call Chloe in Scotland. I got to find out about this party. I need to know what she went as. So hold on. First, though, I want to grab a couple of calls here. Ladies, or you know what? This is open for the guys, too.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. So I want to know, have you been attracted to somebody? You've had a crush on somebody, but there's this one flaw or one problem, one issue that you couldn't get around. But it's an interesting dilemma. But you've got a crush, you like them, you're attracted to them, you have something in common, but there's something that you just can't get over to kind of seal the deal. All right, let's see if we can put some phones on the board here on this one. 800-990-1047. Any men or women listening that have had this issue? 800-990-1047.
Oh, I hope somebody's like a real crazy one. Like I dated a girl, but she had little hands like Dunice or something like that.
And I do knees.
She was so hot, but then I saw her hands and they were the size of quarters.
And she kept touching my face and crotch. Like in the Lawrence of Welk, 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4. All right.
Oh, I want some good ones.
All right, phones are ringing here, and Andrew's screening. So I'd love to hear your stories. I'm only going to grab a couple because we have a lot to do here. I'm looking at my pot. Oh,
Well-
who mentioned Shakira earlier? You did.
I did.
I think Froggy did.
Oh,
I did
Froggy.
because I said that's who Hilaria sounded like.
That she's going to break into
Hold on.
Shakira at any moment.
There's a Shakira story.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about her being in trouble? Still?
No, it's
No.
about she could go to like prison. Shakira, I think, could go to like Spanish prison for 7 years for tax evasion, right?
Yeah.
No, but there's a great story on Shakira and the fact that she was able to figure out that she was being cheated on through a very interesting method.
PK.
Hold on, let me grab Kathy in Tampa.
Hey, cheat on Shakira.
Hey, we'll talk about it in a minute. Hey, Kathy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Kathy, you
Happy
heard.
New Year.
Happy New Year, Kathy. Thanks for listening. All right. Do you have a story about someone that you were attracted to, maybe had a crush on, but there was just one thing that would prevent you from sealing?
Yes, and I don't mean to sound mean about it, but I just had this major crush on this guy that looked like Sean Bean. I mean, we were just talking exactly like Sean Bean, even cuter.
Yeah, like from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Yes, but the young one. But when he spoke, it was like Elmer friggin' Fudd.
Hello, Kathy. I'm hunting rabbits. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
I was like, just don't talk. I mean, just don't talk, you know. But yeah, there's a couple that have been like that. But yeah, there's just sometimes there's something you can't take away from somebody. Teeth you can fix. Voice, no. Can't.
Now, did you ever, I don't want to be too graphic here, but did you ever hook up with him and while things were going on, you just took your finger and put it over his lips like, shh?
You
Well,
are
that's
so
what the handcuffs
wackly.
and tape were for.
Hold on, Froggy's talking over you. What?
Sorry.
Froggy, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Handcuffs and tape. That's what that was for.
Oh,
God.
Kathy.
So you couldn't do any dirty talk with that accent.
Have a ball gag in his stupid mouth.
Oh, yeah, Kathy, baby. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Hey, Kathy, have a great day. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Let's grab Annette in Tampa. Hey, Annette, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
We are well, Annette. What story fits the bill here?
Yeah, I used to date this guy. He was a great guy. He was super cute, super nice, but his breath was just absolutely horrific. And I could not. And I tried because he was really a good guy, but his breath just smelled like a dumpster. I could not pass.
It was like Denny's dumpster funk in the middle of July.
This has been a good
Yeah.
date.
And then you worry if you kiss him, it's going to like transfer.
Oh,
No, I couldn't. It was just,
Right?
it was really bad. Like, I think he had a medical problem. It was super bad.
Annette, thanks for the call. See, this is why I'm taking
Yeah.
phone calls. Let me grab one more on this. James is in Wesley Chapel. Hey, James, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ. Yeah, it was the first day of high school. Met this hot girl, started talking to her. I'm like, oh, yeah, definitely going to ask her out. And then she does this thing where, like, you know, when you're about to spit a loogie, you go, oh, my God.
So-
I'm glad she did it, like, at that first day. I'm like, man,
Like, so smoking hot, and she was making all kinds of, like, guttural noises.
Adjust yourself, too?
And, you know, we were friends in high school, and she did that all the time. Like, man, thank God I didn't date this girl. Oh, my God.
So do you want to get dessert?
But wait a minute. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what was she?
10.
Oh,
11,
man.
12.
A 12.
Yeah.
A 12 with.
What a phlegm face.
All right, James, thanks for the call. Was her last name Fleming?
Did you go to Fleming's to eat dinner?
Yeah, he's dated Fleming Steakhouse.
I love this ice cream. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Funny tick.
Oh my God, that's pretty crazy. I probably should call Chloe here
Yeah, do it.
before it gets too late because she's done. Oh, and then remind me, I got to do the Shakira story.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. So not her legal problems and her financial problems, but man, there's a really interesting story on how she knew that she was being cheated on. Hold on, let me try Chloe back again. I got to bring up the because I'm a daddy, and then I hear my daughter's going to a CEO or hoe party.
You're a dad. Don't say daddy. Your kids are too old to be called daddy.
All right, whatever.
That's creepy.
4474.
You sure it's not a play on the words and it's like the garden tool hoe?
No. I calling Chloe in Scotland. I think she's out of class now. There we go. Hello, Chloe.
Hello.
Hey, it's your dad calling live
Hi.
from across the pond. How are things in St. Andrews, Scotland this morning?
Good. It's good. I just had class.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So, listen, as a father, as your dad, I'm concerned that I found out that you had a party over the weekend, and the theme of the party was what?
I can't say that over the air.
We said it 100 times. We already talked about it. What was it?
Like the actual H word?
Yes.
Okay, it was CEOs and office hoes.
Okay.
We can say that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So CEOs and office hoes.
Yeah.
And Chloe, St. Andrews is like higher rank than Oxford now. And you have a party there, CEOs and office hoes?
Yes.
Yeah, they do that. Remember Bridget Jones' Diary and in the movie? And they have those parties for Tots and Vickas. Tarts and Vickers. Have you heard of that, Chloe?
No, I haven't.
Oh, won't be.
So, Chloe,
they have racy parties over there. It's fun.
I think that the obvious question is, Chloe, what did my little princess, what did my little baby girl go as? A CEO or an office hoe?
You better got a bald wig and went up Jeff Bezos.
Oh, God. Obviously a CEO.
Who?
A bad boss bitch. As who? Like someone specifically? Or
Roxanne, stop with the language.
Sorry.
All right. So, Chloe, you went as a CEO?
Yes.
Do you have a picture?
Not really, but I wore my green silk.
No. What do you mean not really? You take pictures of yourself. You're from the Gen Z generation. You'll sit in a car and you're taking 9 pictures of yourself a minute. Selfies. You're telling me you don't have a picture of the way you were dressed at the CEO or office hoe party?
No, but I have pictures of me in it from other times. It's a really cool suit.
No.
Smells interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing that you don't have a picture from this party on, what was it, Friday night or Saturday night?
It was Friday night, but I left because I was bored.
A board meeting?
She's a CEO.
That was good.
All right, Chloe, we need a picture of this outfit, but you do have a picture of the outfit?
Yeah, I have a photo of it from other times.
All right,
from
do
other
me,
times.
Do me a favor. Send it to me right now on WhatsApp so I can share this on what you wore, and we'll decide whether you dressed as a CEO or an office hoe.
Okay.
I'm sure there are CEOs who are office hoes. So you could be both of you.
Chloe, this is a fantastic university where you're doing your entire junior year. And I thought this was like hoity-toity, UK, Scotland. This is where Prince William went and met Kate.
Are you shocked at this information?
Yes. Yes.
Quack, quack.
Like,
I'm shocked at this information.
All right, Chloe, go back. I got a lot of things to do here. Send me a WhatsApp picture right now so we can take a look, all right?
Okay.
She's
All
lying.
right, sweetie.
She's lying.
Love you, Chloe.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Shakira. Listen to this. So I think a lot of people know that Shakira's in trouble. They're accusing her of tax evasion in Spain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't I see that she could do up to 7 years in a Spanish prison? Anyway, that's not the story I'm doing here. I thought this was fast. Michelle actually saw this, and it's like, whoa. Shakira, the international superstar, Shakira, didn't she do a halftime show at the Super Bowl?
She did with J-Lo.
Yeah, that's right.
They
All right.
took us.
So Shakira, we're getting closer to finding out who's in the Super Bowl. Oh, I have an audio bite. Michelle was watching the Jaguars, the Jaguars of Kansas City. She was watching the Jaguars, and Kansas City game, and she calls me up and was like, I had to go. I had to run and do something. What was I? I was out running errands, and she's like, "You're not going to believe what the commentator just said on TV." So I've got the audio. And she's like, I don't think he's supposed to say that. It was during the Jaguars and the KC Chiefs game, and I'll get to that in a second. First, though, Shakira, and Michelle found this, that allegedly Shakira realized that her longtime love,
Piqué.
Gerard, is it Piqué? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Piqué.
Gerard Piqué.
From the Barcelona Football Club.
Piqué as in penalty kick, right?
No.
But he's
a
also
defender.
No, but but listen, defenders can take PKs.
Oh, if it gets
Anyway, his name is PK, Pique with an accent. she realized that he was cheating on her. Why? Because her jam, her jelly,
Sticky fingers.
was disappearing.
Oh.
Yes. You have no idea what I'm about to say here? This is unbelievable.
Someone's taking my Smuckers.
Well, exactly. With a name like Smuckers, it's gotta be good.
Cheating on your wife is gotta be good.
Well, here's the deal. She would come home from traveling and glops of her fruit spread, her jam, were missing out of the jar. And she became suspicious because no one else ate it. Her soccer player lover hated the stuff, never touched it, and their kids all dislike it as well.
Well, Gerard's just a jerk. Like, yeah, come to my house. I'm going to cheat on you here while my wife's gone, and you can eat her jam.
That's
and
what
you can
happened.
Eat her strawberry jam.
That's what happened. So she knew that Gerard wasn't eating the preserves, the jelly, the jam. The kids weren't touching it, but she'd come home and boom, there'd be just gobs and glops missing out of the jar.
What is it, like a cigarette for her? They have after-sex sandwich, peanut butter and jelly?
I don't know.
Why isn't he like, hey, don't touch the only thing my wife eats?
Well, that's what happened, is that the woman that was staying over or the woman that was being snuck in, and I guess this was done all outside of the view of the kids, that she would eat the jam, so she knew that somebody was eating the jam, and that's how she figured out that he was cheating on her.
All right, listen, bring your own jam.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, there are so many things that we can open the phones up to. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's go back to the phones.
And just say, do you like strawberry jam or
My
grape
favorite
jam?
mustard is missing.
With a name like French's, it's gotta be good.
My mistress loves hot dogs.
With a name like Oscar Mayer, it's gotta be good. No, let's go back to phones again.
What condiments have
No, it has nothing to do with condiments.
Just weird ways you found out.
Exactly. So
yes.
How did you find out that you were getting cheated on? What was like your significant other very careful, but maybe there was a silly slip up, or you discovered an interesting way to determine that your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance was cheating on you? What was the detection factor? What was the tip? So just like Shakira realized that, hey, someone's eating my jam. No one else wants my jam. He's cheating on me. Have you, any MJ listeners, discovered that you were getting cheated upon through an interesting method? All right, 800-990-1047. Man, we just have just item after item that just lends itself to grabbing phone calls here.
How do you cheat on Shakira, dude? What's up with this guy?
Well, you know what they say. And it
doesn't matter how hot they are.
Yeah, that's true. And we've always heard this. And it goes for men and women. It's not, exclusive, but we've always heard no matter how attractive they are, no matter how hot they are.
You get tired of that stuff.
Yeah, that you're.
Yeah, but she's Shakira. Hips don't lie.
Let's grab calls on this. Just a few. I've got a ton of stuff, so I don't want to belabor the point. But if we can get a couple of good stories. How did look at the phones just blasted alive here? 800-990-1047. 800. What did you just do? Do you smack? You just hit your, I don't know. Just something.
Oh, my chair hit the mic. I'm sorry.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
I'm very irresponsible. I'm still getting used to this business.
All right. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. 800-990-1047. All right. We'll go to Hudson. And it says anonymous. Do you want to be anonymous or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Anonymous from Hudson. Go ahead.
Well, I was with my boyfriend, and I was in the ladies' room in our house or apartment, and I looked under the sink for a female item that I needed, took a box out that looked like the female item, and it was not what I thought it was. It was little things of like spermicide that we never used.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
Lube?
So I was like very devastated, and I mean, I don't even know. I just jumped up off the bathroom seat there, and I ran in. I said, "What the heck is this?" I'm like, "What the heck is this?" And he couldn't explain. He gets all nervous. But yeah, we
Did you wipe?
were
first?
together for 10 years, and then that was pretty much a clincher.
Oh my God, man!
Wait, what'd she find? I didn't hear.
Spermicide.
Which
What's that?
Yeah, I don't even know who uses that.
It's
I
like
mean,
Roundup for your crotch.
So the woman uses it, right? So the woman uses it. So so it sounds like that woman left it there on purpose.
Yeah.
That's
That's what I think.
Oh.
That's what I think is that she left it there for me to find because who leaves a box of that under the sink?
Well, what is it? Is it a sponge with that item with the?
It's like I think it was more like a tube or something that you just put there and squirt up there. I don't know.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much.
Anyone ever heard of a condom?
Corey's in Tampa. Hey, Corey, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, so I have at the time my daughter was 6 and she came to me with her iPad and she said that it was fuzzy. So I looked at it and I couldn't figure out why it was doing that, but I looked further and further and somehow my ex-husband's iCloud had hooked up to her iPad and all of his text messages with his side piece were connecting to her iPad and coming through the pictures, the text messages, everything.
Oh,
And
man.
that's how I found out.
Oh, wow.
She's trying to watch the Wiggles.
Yeah. Hey, thanks.
Meanwhile, he's wiggling
So,
it.
Corey, you were out of there, right?
Yes, I was.
And then have you since found subsequent love?
I have. I actually have. I just got engaged.
Oh, Corey, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for the happy ending to the story, and I wish you the best. And if you want me to attend, okay, I'll show up.
She doesn't want
All right. Thank you, Corey.
All right.
Tom Hanks over here.
All right. Jeff is in Tampa. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going, MJ?
Doing well. All right, what happened to you?
So it wasn't actually me. It was a friend of mine, but he actually traveled a lot for work, and he was a cigarette smoker. And he noticed when he would come back home from work that his cigarette butts were smoked down, further than what he left them. So it looked like somebody was coming over with his girlfriend and picking up his cigarettes out of his ashtray and smoking them down even more than what he smoked them down to.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I really needed a smoke.
You can't afford your own pack of cigs?
I'm going to hit this
Pretty terrible, I guess, huh?
Wow. Thank you, Jeff. All right, two more. Corey is in St. Pete. Is this our second Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, we had a female Corey. Now we got a male Corey. Hey, Corey.
Hey, good morning.
All right, what's the story?
Well, I figured out that my ex was cheating because the dogs kept eating the crotch out of her jeans.
Oh my God! Did we have a story like that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did you call last week, or is this an all new one?
Oh no, this is new. This is my first time ever calling.
Oh my God!
2 weeks in a row
That's
with the crotch
crazy.
story.
Oh wow!
So
That's
okay.
disgusting. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
she never had that happen, and all of a sudden, because I did a little research on Google, and when the pH balance changes.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, we don't.
I don't think I need to get.
He's just being scientific. Corey's being very professional, scientific.
It is scientific. All right.
He's found it on Google.
Yeah. So they would just eat all of her jeans, no crotch.
Oh my God!
It's a new
They were
look.
trying to. They were trying to tell you that was a message to you. They were helping you out, Corey.
Oh man, Corey, thanks for the call.
Hey, no problem. Thank you guys.
All right.
Man's best friend, ratting that woman out.
Wow. All right. No more calls, Andrew. I got to move on.
I told you the one I know about is someone went to visit somebody at a place that has a gated community, and they write down the person who you're going to see, and then they came home with that tag from the gated complex in their car.
Ooh, oh, that's right. Oh, not good. Let me try Fester at the house. He did text me to say he's awake. What's Fester's number again, Froggy? His cell?
Area code 813, and then a 310, and then 8444. Yes.
There you go. Good morning, Fester.
Hello, this is Fester.
Oh, he's gonna talk. He's gonna talk like Hilaria Baldwin. All right, so, man, can you believe that woman again?
See or no?
Man, Fester, dude, you sound good.
I feel okay. Listen, it comes and it goes.
right now I took my medicine a little while ago, but the medicine is, it deteriorates. So in an hour, I'm probably not going to be doing this well, and I'll take another dose of medicine.
Like right now, I wouldn't know that anything's wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news on Fester. The Fester Watch never stops. You give us 22 minutes, and we'll give you the Fester myasthenia gravis update. All right, so Fester, you got released on Saturday, and you were feeling like crap when you were getting discharged, and you even thought that maybe you should have stayed another day, right?
I felt that way at the time, but in hindsight, I was probably released at the right time.
Okay. All right. Very well. Listen, I don't think the TGH and the neurologists are going to release you. It's like, what was that? We'll sell no wine before it's time. We'll release no Fester before it's time.
It's like when you rehabilitate a whale. You gotta wait until it can swim its way back into the ocean.
I didn't feel well, but there was nothing else they could have done for me in the hospital that I couldn't be doing at home.
When Michelle and I were in Iceland, we saw that. Seriously, we saw that. What was the famous whale that had to be rehabbed?
The one from Free Willy?
Yeah. The free. When Michelle and I were in Iceland back
Tillicum?
Tillicum was the bad boy.
But hang on, it was like 1999 or something, or 2000. It was before kids. Michelle and I, we went to Iceland.
Yeah, you saw him jump over the kid.
I didn't see that. But the Free Willy whale was actually in like a pen but in natural waters. And then they would take the Free Willy whale out for a walk. And we were on like a boat and we were watching the Free Willy whale in Iceland. True story.
Why does that remind you of Fester?
I mean, yeah, it's really awkward.
Hold on, you said something that triggered that.
I said.
What did you say?
I said that he was released at the right time, sort of like when you rehabilitate a whale.
There you go. That's why I told the damn story. All right, so Fester, when are you coming back to work? Everyone wants to know.
So it's, I'm very weak in the muscles. I mean, getting up, walking around is a labor. I'm not feeling very well. It's a several-month recovery. I'm trying to get into, hopefully maybe by Tuesday. What's tomorrow's Tuesday? Maybe by Wednesday?
You said it's a couple months.
No, well, this is good. So Fester could, ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news. This is an NBC News special report. Now from New York, here's Fester Dolt. Hey, Fester, you could be back on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, it really depends how I feel. I look forward to coming back.
Fester, what if
be a little mush mouth?
Yeah, what if we got like a bed in here, and then you just lay down while you're talking on air? I mean, that might help. Or just take breaks and go to that couch whenever you don't feel like talking.
Right, and then Fester, one of your big concerns though is something mechanical.
Yeah.
You want to share that?
Well, MJ, being weaker in the muscles, I can't climb the 24 steps to get to the building.
Fester, I have some unbelievable news for you.
What?
Listen to me. I let the elevator repair guys in at 5:37 this morning. They were waiting in the parking lot, and the elevator is going to be operational today.
Oh, bull crap!
I swear.
2 weeks ago, it was supposed to be
Andrew, call me on the hotline. Run outside and get the elevator guys. They're working on it right now. Run outside and call the hotline. All right, so Andrew, our producer, I'm telling you, I let them in. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with the fact that last week we talked about this, that Fester's so weak. He might be back next week, but we got a big problem that he's not going to be able to get up to the studio on the second floor because our elevator has been broken since August. I'm not crapping. Our elevator has been out of order since August.
A month before Hurricane Ian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Fester said, man, I got a big problem. I mean, I got a disability issue here. So I think you made a mention about, suing them for, some kind of ADA thing. And all I know is that elevator is going to be fixed today.
Wow.
Hold on. Hang on. Here's Andrew. Hey, Andrew.
Yes.
All right. Are you out with the elevator guys?
The elevator guys are not here right now.
Oh, God.
Where'd they go?
Great.
I don't have them here.
Did they leave the shaft open and unattended?
It is unattended. I'm sure they're nearby.
But is the shaft open?
No. The sign still says out of order.
All right.
Hit the button.
All right. Well, I'm telling you, they were there this morning, and they're saying that they were waiting for final inspection today. All right, Andrew, come on back in. All right, so the elevator guys, Fester, as you just heard, they're not there now, but they said we're supposed to get final inspection today.
I don't believe them.
Well, dude, if you come back Wednesday, there's a good shot that the elevator is going to be able to lift you up.
Listen, I got to have 100% confirmation.
If not, I can maybe get Sim's crane to lift you up to the second floor window here, and we can move you in like a piano.
Yeah, great.
Nee, you sound so much better than last
No,
week.
he does. Fester sounds great.
We'll get Wade from Two College Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
They'll lift me up.
Oh, that's true. Wade's crew could use like a hand truck, a dolly to bring Fester up.
That'd be great.
But I think the stairs are going to be I think the elevator is going to be working later today, so I think we might be in good shape for Fester's triumphant return on Wednesday to the MJ Morning Show in studio.
I look forward to getting back.
All right, dude. Listen, and I know that have you counted? You have like thousands and thousands of text messages from well-wishers.
I got about, honestly, 2,200 over the 4 or 5 days I was in the hospital.
That's incredible. All right, so if anyone wants to send Fester a congratulations message for his discharge and his impending return to the MJ Morning Show, Froggy, how do our listeners get a hold?
Crap, I forgot the number
of Fester.
813.
I don't know that I need a congratulations text.
310-8444.
All right, so if you want to text Fester, his private cell is 813-310-8444. All right, Fester, we want you to come back, dude.
Okay.
Feel better, sweetie.
Yeah, I mean, you sound better. You really do sound fine.
You do.
I got a text from your mother-in-law.
From my mother-in-law?
Michelle's mom in Virginia.
What?
Michelle's mom texted you? What did it say?
Hey, we're thinking about you. Bruce and you're on our mind. And, she's very sweet.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that.
Never got
I didn't
text
know
from
that. Hey, Michelle, she's probably listening. Did you know that your mom texted Fester? All right, dude, we'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right, we want you back. Come on, man. Come on back.
All right, let him get better.
No, I want Fester to come back. I don't want to pressure Fester, but you heard Fester say that maybe Wednesday, right?
Whenever you feel like it.
Maybe Wednesday.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
That's good news.
I don't understand how I was telling Roxanne, I don't understand how he stays in such good spirits during all this.
Yeah, he really has had a nice attitude.
Oh, wait a sec.
I wish he was that
Whoa,
happy.
hold on a minute. Hey, Fester, you still there?
No.
Fester.
We hung up like
hold on. I
gotta
call him back. Hold on. There's one story he's got to tell. Because before they could discharge him, they had to do a psych evaluation.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hold on. Listen to this. 813-310-8444.
8444, yes. There's 3 4s at the end.
813-310-8444.
Hello.
Oh, hey. We got to tell the psych evaluation story.
Okay. So, before they let me leave, they wanted me to have a psychological evaluation.
This is Saturday afternoon at Tampa General Hospital.
Yes. Yeah. Because this is a very, it's emotional disease. It's depressing for some people. And they wanted to make sure I was of sound mind before they let me go. So the shrink comes up, and USF is like a teaching hospital.
Yep.
Teaching hospital.
So you got a resident in tow, right?
You can hear my voice starting to break down a little bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's the doctor and there's the intern, and he asked me how I'm doing and how I'm feeling. I'm like, I'm doing good. He asked about my support system, and I told him. And then he goes, "What's your plan if you get better?" And I told him, I was like, if you go back to work and this and that. He goes, "What's your plan if you have continuing symptoms?" Damn it.
You know what? I can hear you're starting to degrade a little bit.
Yeah. So I said, well, if this continues, I'm probably just going to shoot myself in the head.
Oh, God.
So
Fester.
the psych eval guys are there. You got the psychiatrist and then the resident that's doing rotations and rounds in psych from USF. And Fester's like, if it stays like this, I'm gonna off myself. I'm gonna shoot myself in the head.
And I'm kind of smiling, and the doctor knew I was kind of kidding a little bit, but the intern had no idea. And he was like, holy crap! Somebody did that. He's freaking out.
Oh, man.
All right, can you let him...
And now, guys, I can't even talk anymore.
Oh, let him rest.
You know, dude, I cannot believe what we just heard. The transition from you speaking normally to the myasthenia gravis, the symptoms hitting you now, and now you're having trouble speaking.
It breaks down over if I rest for 7 minutes, I'll be fine.
Oh, my God.
Wow, it's like you just need, you're like a cell phone that needs charged all the time.
This is dramatic.
It's crazy.
Oh, my.
All right, you obviously can't do a radio show Wednesday.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe Wednesday, but I don't know, guys.
God, all right.
But if he charges back up in 7 minutes, he can take a break and
recharge. All right, get some rest, Fester.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
My contract says they could fire me if I can't talk, you know.
Oh, my God. All right, Fester, we'll talk to you in a bit.
Jeez.
Did your tongue fall out?
All right.
Pretty close.
All right, take a rest. All right.
Bye.
Rest. Stop talking.
All right,
Golly, we thought he was sounding great.
And then suddenly, that's the myasthenia gravis kicking in.
Poor guy.
I mean, talk about a real-world presentation of the symptoms.
Of that disease, yeah.
He talks for 2 minutes, and he's like,
God.
his face
All
falls
right,
off.
When we get back, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL on the MJ Morning Show. You're not going to believe what one of the play-by-play guys said, and he's well known, during the Jacksonville-Kansas City game. And Michelle's like, I don't think he's supposed to say that. All right, hold on. That's next, and a whole lot more. Oh, did you hear what happened at a Denny's?
No.
Oh, my God. The worst possible thing that could happen at a Denny's restaurant. All right, all of that next and a whole lot more on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Our buddy... Q105 MJ with Roxanne and Froggy. Fester you just heard, and that was quite amazing listening to him sound great. And then the myasthenia gravis kick in and he deteriorated. Hopefully Fester will be back on Wednesday, but if that happens, if his maintenance medication doesn't kick in, he might only be in on a couple of segments, then take a break, and then kind of recharge, as you put it. All right, final, about a little less than an hour left and a lot to cram in here on the MJ Morning Show. Thanks for listening. And just a reminder, if you listen in the car on the way to work, don't stop listening when you get to work. You don't know what you're going to miss. So remember, turn on a radio inside the office or use your smartphone or smart speaker and just you can stream Q105, stream 104.7 FM. Q105 Tampa Bay. We're on, all these major platforms, the iHeart platform, the TuneIn platform, the Odyssey platform. You can go to the MyQ105 app. You can go to mjmorningshow.com. So tons of ways to keep listening. All right, I have audio from a couple of NFL-related things from over the weekend. And this is the NFL on the MJ Morning Show. What was I doing? I was doing something on Saturday, and Michelle...
Yeah, like errands or something.
Yeah, I was. And Michelle calls me. It's like, oh, my God, you're not going to believe what I just heard.
Were you at Trader Joe's?
No, I didn't go to Trader Joe's. But no, I was... You know what? I was going to go to both, and I didn't make it. I was going to go to both Trader Joe's because I like the English peas and the hybrid color. People yell at me because they say I don't say it's. How do you say cauliflower?
It's cauliflower.
It's what?
Cauliflower, you imbecile.
Cauliflower, like if you're going to call someone on the phone, like cauliflower.
Cauliflower?
Cauliflower.
All right.
It's not cold. You're not cultivating
it. Because people say that I pronounce it wrong, and I don't pronounce many words wrong. I'm kind of a stickler for pronunciation.
You sound stupid.
Thank you.
You say it like
Thanks
that.
for the positive reinforcement over there, Froggy.
Just saying.
It's fantastic. So Michelle calls me. I was like, I think I just heard something on TV that I don't think they should be saying. And it was the NBC game. So I guess what? Jacksonville and Kansas City. That was on NBC, right?
Yes, NBC.
And that was Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico. Two well-known names in NFL football play-by-play. So listen to what Mike Tirico said. Here's the full audio. And this was right toward the end of the first quarter, right? And Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he was landed on, and it looked like his ankle was all twisted and actually caused like a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Right. And he came back to the game, but listen to what Mike Tirico said.
Back in Kansas City, and while we were away, Patrick Mahomes, he hopped over to the bench. Here he is getting taped that right ankle. No real evaluation.
Right, here it comes.
With the head athletic trainer there. He put his helmet back on, and he's back in the game.
Okay, Melissa, so that at least focuses it down, Chris, on the ankle and what they look at there. And Mahomes looked a little less gimpy heading back to the huddle after that.
Mahomes looked a little less gimpy?
Mahomes looked a little less gimpy heading back to the huddle after that.
And then Michelle's like, I don't think you're supposed to say gimpy. Now, listen, we'll say something like, bring out the gimp.
He's not wearing a full leather bodysuit.
Yeah.
But we're
hyperbole. Yes.
We're an entertainment-based morning show. We do it all.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Should an NFL announcer be talking about Patrick Mahomes looking a little less gimpy?
Mahomes looked a little less gimpy heading back to the huddle after that quick medical treatment.
Yes, Andrew.
Is there something worse to say on the air?
Are you okay, Mr. Marcellus? I'm pretty bleeping far from okay. We need a gimp.
Listen, I'm sure that we can, I don't know, a cripple? I don't know.
Well, okay, so we can really split hairs on this, but a gimp is a person with a physical disability or leg injury, and it's also a stupid or contemptible person, according to the dictionary.
These days, you can't call someone a gimp.
Yeah, I think gimp is politically incorrect. I think the woke police come after you.
Okay, but the verb is to limp or hobble to gimp. I gimped over to the door. That is a verb.
All right, so you're saying that Mike Tirico is not in the wrong here?
It's kind of gray area because gimpy is an adjective. So you wouldn't. The noun sounds like it's not acceptable, but the verb is acceptable. So I don't know if gimpy. I mean, I would steer clear of it on that medium.
Mahomes looked a little less gimpy heading back to the huddle.
Bring out the gimp!
Oh, Mahomes all gimped up. Look at him.
We watched Pulp Fiction recently.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, bring out the gimp. Whenever I go into a pawn shop, I wonder if that's going to happen to me.
Well, you got to look see if they have a big sword up there.
Whenever I go to Cash America, I wonder if I'm ever going to end up in the basement.
They're selling samurai swords. They have a gimp.
In the basement, right?
Yeah.
All right, the other NFL situation is from ESPN. And this apparently is Maria Taylor, who is an ESPN reporter. And she mispronounced Kansas City.
Easy to happen.
Oof.
What could she possibly say?
Well, here you go.
Round is done. The Kansas City Chiefs, they move on.
She said Kansas instead of city. She added an
because
H.
because it's whenever you have those like CH or SH like Chiefs.
So
Kansas City Chiefs.
She juxtaposed the Chiefs to the Kansas City, and it's kind of like when
Chiefs. Yeah,
it's like when Sean Connery was talking. I'm gonna sit in my chair. I mean, I got to be very careful, but
I've always had a problem with the home of Hilaria, Boston, Massachusetts.
Dude, I
said Boston, Massachusetts. I can't say it.
You can't, dude. I just dumped that.
I'm so sorry.
You cannot say that.
I said Boston, Mass.
My God,
but I can't say it.
Don't do it again.
Tell me how to say it. Is it Mass?
Stop.
I don't. Oh
Stop.
My God.
It's Massachusetts.
Stop.
Don't stop. Stop. I don't want to have to hit the dump button again. It hasn't built back up.
Froggy was just transposing. He juxtaposed.
But you know my problem with
By the
that
way,
word.
if you were listening on the stream, that doesn't get dumped. If you were watching MJ TV, that doesn't get dumped. But I did dump it off of the federally regulated WRBQ FM Tampa Bay 104.7 FM.
At least I can say Kansas City.
She almost said what she was doing is she was saying the Kansas Schnitty Chiefs.
Round is done. The Kansas City Chiefs, they move on.
I mean, she said it. She totally said the SH. Totally said it.
Oh.
So, hey, terrible Denny story. You want to talk about a Grand Slam breakfast. This is terrible.
Okay.
Please tell me a bat was used.
No, the Denny sign fell off the whole metal pole and landed on a car and killed a woman inside.
Okay, that's not funny.
Okay,
who said it was funny? I never said it was funny.
I thought it just landed on the car. That's funny.
No.
How heavy
listen,
was the sign?
If it just smashed the car, yeah, that'd be funny. But this is awful. A massive Denny's restaurant sign in Kentucky. I got to be careful how I say Kentucky.
Yeah.
Fell, especially when I say Kentucky and fell. That could be easily. So this you ought to see the size of the sign. It is huge. I've never seen a Denny's sign this big. It's bigger than the actual car, and it fell off during high winds. It crushed an elderly woman to death and injured her husband and daughter, who were also in the car. You got to be kidding me. A 1.3-ton Denny's sign fell off the pole in a Denny's parking lot right off Interstate 65 in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Man, I've stayed in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Lillian Curtis, 72, was sitting in the back seat at the time and suffered catastrophic. This is terrible. I'm looking at the car, and the front part of the car is intact, but if you were in the back seat, man, it's all over. That is just horrendous. You imagine you go for a Grand Slam breakfast and you're Grand Slammed in the head with a 1.3-ton Denny's sign?
That's nothing good.
This is awful. She was taken to the University of Louisville Hospital
What a way to go.
in critical condition, and she passed away. Her husband, Lloyd Curtis, was in the passenger seat. Her daughter, Mary Graham, was driving.
Wait, wasn't he in Dumb and Dumber?
Lloyd Curtis? No, that's Lloyd Christmas.
Lloyd Christmas.
Lloyd.
Yes, he was the star of Dumb and
Roxanne
Dumber.
was in Dumb and Dumber today. So, but that's
I was trying to lighten things up.
well,
Terrible.
It is.
I know. God, what a downer.
All right, I'm sorry. You want me to dump the whole segment?
Sign downer.
Do I have a 3-minute dump button here?
What
I'm sorry. It's bizarre. Apparently, the sign was not attached to the pole well enough, and the high winds just snapped it off like a pretzel stick.
Like a classic.
I mean, just crazy.
I can't think of any jokes for this.
There are no jokes for it. There are no jokes to be had.
I'm having a hard time saying anything.
Guess what? Florida is the second most expensive state to buy a dozen eggs in the country, according to Instacart.
Didn't somebody send you eggs?
They did. I'm about to bring that up.
How funny.
That's the perfect segue. Just like the egg is the perfect package, you know? The incredible edible egg. Brought to you by the American Egg Board. So Florida is the second most expensive state to buy eggs. This is according to a brand new study. And tell me about it. I mean, the eggs that Michelle loves, I think they're like $12.99 for an 18-pack now, if you can find them. The Vital 18-pack of eggs. It's like $11.99 or $12.99. It's unbelievable.
Are the chickens on strike? What's happening?
No, it's because of that avian flu. They had to put down like millions of chickens across the country because of the avian flu. And then inflation on top of that, because food costs have gone through the ceiling since, last year?
I'm not telling people to boycott chickens or eggs, but boycott inflation. Just don't buy eggs. Take it from me. I was so addicted to eggs. I probably ate 3 eggs a day. And then I found out I was allergic. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to go without them. And I've never felt better.
Wait a second.
Eggs aren't bad for you.
By you eating 3 eggs a day and you found out they had an allergy, what was the manifestation of your symptoms? What were the eggs causing that now you don't have?
Okay, great question. First of all, I had a
Hump
rash all over my face.
I never saw a rash on your face.
Guess what? That's when
Because
we
you
were
caked
wearing
on
masks.
okay.
That's when we were wearing masks, and I was getting this weird rash.
I was going to say, you don't wear a lot of makeup, really.
No.
Did you start to grow a tail?
Well, of course that happened.
Well,
that was embarrassing.
No, it didn't.
And the big thing is, this is just a byproduct. The guy, I went to the allergist. He did the prick test on my back, and
you got pricked by your allergist.
The eggs flared up, and guess what? I don't have seasonal allergies anymore. I couldn't breathe. I used to not be able to breathe at night.
Did he do the pricks on your arm or the pricks on your back?
I believe they were on my back.
Well, what do you mean believe? They're sticking needles in you. You don't know where they needled you?
I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, I think it was my.
Because don't they take like a ballpoint pen? Don't they they circle your?
Yeah, I think it was. It was pricks all over.
So many pricks. just covered by pricks all over.
How many pricks did you have?
Dozens and dozens.
No, seriously. How many things? How many things did they test you for?
At the end of the day, it was like, I don't know, 100. I mean,
hold on, they did 100 tests.
I mean, I know I had them all. I had at least 100 pricks on my arms, back.
Wow.
Now that I'm thinking back, yeah.
So your eczema's better, right?
Yeah, my eczema's better. It's improved, but the byproduct, because I went to him because my face was so rashy. I was like, what is going on? And the byproduct was I used to get so stuffed up in the spring and the fall. I couldn't even breathe. I have to lie on one side of my face when I sleep because I can't breathe out one side of my nose. That's gone. I'm totally fine now.
And you
seasonal allergy.
You eat no eggs?
I eat no eggs.
You
I mean,
totally,
I'm not.
God, how can you live without eggs?
Eggs
That's
are so
what
good.
I thought to myself, guys. I was like you. I thought the same thing. I was like, I can't. When he told me that, I was like, I can't live without eggs. That's not going to happen.
Egg yolk.
I'll tell you what.
It used to be me.
During the course of the week, I might eat a half a dozen or more of. I like a hard-boiled egg, but I don't like to murder the yolk. I like the yolk right at that gelatinous state where it's just outside of runny.
Oh yeah.
But where it's like that cool, mushy. Oh man.
Oh yeah, you're speaking my egg love language, but I got past it.
Anyway, with egg prices through the roof, and Florida now being the second most expensive state to buy a dozen eggs in the country, they're calling it eggflation across the United States.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. And a dozen eggs in Florida comes in at roughly $6.36.
Well,
According to Instacart's customer purchase data, average cost for a dozen eggs in Florida is roughly $6.36. That is ridiculous.
How much trouble can you get in for stealing a chicken?
Well, it's theft.
Yeah, why would you want to steal a chicken?
For the eggs.
Is it like a...
My neighbor has like 20 of them. I bet you I can get away with taking one.
Oh, and they won't see the chickens now in your yard? What do you?
I'm hoping not. Oh, yeah, they will see.
Yeah,
it.
sounds
Damn
like
it.
a brilliant plan there. Sounds like a...
All right, I got to think this out.
Anyway, with the egg issue, though, we've talked about eggs numerous times on the program, and I want to thank Nerdy Girls.
What?
From Frank Albert Realty Company. I have a card here. Michelle James Realtor. Michelle Nerdy, I guess, are they known as the Nerdy Girls that work for Frank Albert Realty in Tampa?
We're the
And
Nerdy Girls.
They dropped off a dozen eggs for me.
Yeah.
And let me read the card. And it says, MJ, these are from my friend Pam's farm, the Dancing Goat. They are so fresh as it gets. Enjoy. She's a regular at the Hyde Park Market, or you can pick them up after 3 at her farm in Tampa by Oldsmar Flea Market. From Michelle.
I know where that is.
Hey, Michelle, you nerdy girl, you. That's what your card says. Thank you very much for dropping off the dozen. There were 2 6-packs of the Dancing Goat eggs. And they're all different colors. They're even like, you ever see the blue eggs?
At Easter, yeah.
No,
Blue
I'm not
eggs?
talking about dyeing the stuff with that pause stuff. No. I'm talking. So the eggs are all different colors. It's amazing. And she is correct. The eggs were, well, we still have some left, but the eggs are delicious.
Thanks for sharing.
She dropped off.
You took those things and ran.
What? Dude, you run. You didn't even hang out.
Were they excellent?
The eggs were excellent. So thank you to Michelle James, and also from the Nerdy Girls Realty deal, and then also the Dancing Goat.
So someone just texted, and they made up a really good point.
Yeah.
Breakfast and brunch places are suffering with the high prices of eggs.
They are.
That's a shame. And then they also said, people are getting mad at you for bashing eggs. Please stop. So I was just telling my egg story.
Hold on. People are getting mad at you for bashing eggs?
I mean, it's a medical condition.
Egg hater.
I don't know. I don't think you're bashing eggs.
You're going to piss off all the chickens. They're going to kick you.
Yeah. All right. So I got to prioritize because, man, Mondays, we're just so much stuff left over from the weekend. But no, we talk about eggs a lot because eggs are a significant part of people's diet. And you're right. The restaurants that rely on eggs have all these breakfast places, for instance, have they passed on the egg cost? Have they raised the price of an omelet by like $2 or, I don't know.
What do you do?
I don't know. All right, I got a couple of just some absolute idiot stories we got to get to here. And I just want people to not behave in this fashion. Now, remember earlier I said I had a bunch of stories about number 2.
Yeah.
I've got a 1, a 2, and a 3, but they're all about number 2.
Okay.
All right, first of all, this is here in Florida, down at Fort Myers. This is crazy. You heard of Joe's Crab Shack, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, apparently, if you replace the B in crab with a P, that's what someone did at the restaurant.
Oh.
All right. C-R-A-B. And then replace what with the what?
Replace the B with a P.
Prap? Wait, I'm confused.
The B, crab, C-R-A-B.
Replace the C with a P?
No, replace the B with a P. No.
Oh, the B with a P.
Yes.
I don't get it.
C-R-A.
C?
No, P.
Crap.
Yes.
I don't get it.
God. All right, so this is nuts. Fort Myers, cops are looking for a perp or a poop perp. Caught on camera, he broke into Joe's Crab Shack on Saturday. According to the Fort Myers police on their Facebook page, Happened about 2:30 a.m. on West 1st Street in Fort Myers. Surveillance video shows the man squeeze through a small broken window to get into Joe's Crab Shack. It turned it into Joe's Crab Shack. Oh, my God. Police said the alleged suspect stole several items, including alcohol, and then defecated on the floor before he left.
What's up with all the stories
I don't know.
Why are people doing this?
And then there's a story out of the Seattle area at, is it Tukwila? Tukwila. It's up in Washington State. And on Monday night, this is last week, a thief broke into the administrative office at the city community center, stole an iPad, laptop, a charging cable, but they're nicknaming the suspect the Phantom Pooper because they pooped in the sink on the way out.
Ew.
What is going on here? This is like bi-coastal. It's Fort Myers all the way to Washington State.
Wow.
The physics of doing it in the sink is tough.
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. And then one more, and this is interesting. Dr. Jordan Brown, who is a Florida dentist.
Hey, can I just say, I love how you're running through these quickly. Get it?
What?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a funny one, Roxanne.
You want a quack on that one?
You better get one. She
here we
deserves
go.
it. Yeah, running through it like I get it, like he's running.
It's 9:17 a.m. on the MJ Morning Show.
Man, that's good stuff.
So this dentist here in Florida named Dr. Jordan Brown, I guess he shoots a lot of videos, puts them online, and he says, be careful because you might be brushing your teeth with poop particles.
All right, with the poop.
I know. Listen, I can't help it. I got a couple of these stories.
That's how I clean my toothbrush, though. I just flush the toilet over it.
No. Here's the deal. You got to make sure that your toothbrush is not in the splash zone.
Yeah. I was just talking to my girls about this the other day.
The splash zone is when you flush your toilet. We've talked about this, that you're supposed to close the lid on your toilet when you flush because the flush will cause all kinds of like effervescence to like pop up into the air.
Yeah.
And that's why it could hit your toothbrush.
You know what's the worst as far as that goes?
What?
If you're in a stall and this just happened to me yesterday, and you're in a stall with your 3 children and your luggage, and you're trying to, get them on and off the potty, and then it's automatic. It flushes automatic. And then I have to like throw my kids into the corner of the stall and like block them with my body so that they don't get sprayed.
But sometimes when you're in those bathrooms that have the automatic flushes, sometimes it's so powerful, it then it soaks your butt.
It's like disgusting.
You get sprayed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You get sprayed with water.
Yep.
That's how you get amoebas.
It's terrible. All right, speaking of
like a
travel,
bidet,
and you were in the
but not a
airport
good
yesterday.
one.
You haven't told your story.
No, I haven't.
So you had an issue, you witnessed it.
I witnessed it.
You witnessed something at the American Airlines counter at Miami International yesterday.
Did. Yes.
All right,
yes.
Hold on to that thought, because when we get back, we're going to hear Roxanne's little travel issue, and I got a ton of loose ends. And, man, we got to play Hilaria Baldwin again and that ridiculous fraudster audio.
Oh, please.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then whatever else we got to jam in. I got 3 hours of material left, and we got a 14-minute segment next. So don't move. We're back in minutes. The final must-hear chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next here on Q105. Window time. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 931. MJ and the crew here. If you heard Fester last hour, he sounded great, but then he started to deteriorate. I mean, as we were talking to him, it was really just an unbelievable transformation, but that's the myasthenia gravis. So hopefully Fester will be back in studio live on Wednesday. I just posted, guys, you want to see it? I just posted the image of Chloe, my daughter.
Let's see this.
And listen, I'm totally offended by this, but I just posted the picture. I'm offended by the name because, listen, I'm really buttoned up and I'm very straight-laced, folks. Chloe, my daughter, at college, and she's doing a whole year overseas at St. Andrews in Scotland. She's doing her junior year. And on Friday night, she attended the CEO and office hoe party. And you had to either dress like a CEO or dress like an office hoe.
Or a leprechaun, it looks like.
No, that's the guy that's the leprechaun from the Children's Gasparilla Parade. No, that's different.
Oh my God, I saw that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a pot of gold that said "Save Fester" on it. Hey, I've got his number. We can call him up and thank him.
I was very shocked when I saw him.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Tommy Chuck, our old guy from across the street, he sent me a picture of this guy. The picture I posted came from Tommy Chuck.
Yeah, but talking about Chloe's picture, she didn't wear that.
She did. She absolutely
I'm calling
did.
Shenanigans.
I'm not calling shenanigans.
Well, okay, this isn't the picture from that night.
No, it is.
She said, here's a picture from another time I wore it.
But that's the outfit she wore. Because
so she says.
Michelle said that she FaceTimed.
Oh.
Yeah, Michelle and Chloe FaceTimed, and that is the exact outfit she wore.
I still don't believe it.
So if you want to see the outfit that Chloe wore to the CEO and office hoe party at hoity-toity St. Andrews, Roxanne, how do you describe the outfit that Chloe's wearing?
Okay, so it's very business and CEO. It's like a power suit, but more fashion forward European style. Flare pants, more bell-bottom suit pants, and then sort of a baggy.
It's like pajamas, if you ask me.
Sort of a baggy jacket, like suit jacket for a woman, but it's not fitted or tailored. It's a little bit looser and flowy. Loosey. And then like a black midriff underneath, which is adorable, like black midriff turtleneck, it looks like.
All right, well, the image is posted. If you want to see it, I just put it up on my Instagram. My personal Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio.
Using your daughter for hits again.
I'm not using my daughter for hits.
Who gets the most hits when you post?
It's called audience engagement, and it's caused a good number of people to follow. And folks, give me a follow. I'm still trying to boost up my Instagram. You know what? I need Alec Baldwin to beg and plead. Please follow my wife. Please, she's almost at 1 million. Please follow my wife. Which, please, Hilaria, can you say a couple of words? You Boston native, can you please, in your Boston accent, ward off all the paparazzi? Would you please?
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out. Okay? So let my kids come home and you stay away from them. Because they asked me, Mommy, what are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home. Because I'm not going to say anything, and Alec is not going to say anything.
This woman is not well.
Pretty sure that's a scene from Selena. I'm not sure.
She's from Boston, Massachusetts.
Abraham, do the washing machine.
And she's still faking like she's from Mallorca, Spain.
No shame.
There's something wrong in her head. What is wrong with this woman? With her fake accent. Anyway, the image of Chloe in her outfit, you want to see it? Go to Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio. And feel free to give me a follow because I only have 11,400 followers on Instagram.
What a punk.
I'm a punk. I've got like 40,000 on Twitter.
By the way, that's pretty much all people judge anyone for.
I know.
Is
well, man, what do you think
number
of
of
me?
followers.
I'm a loser.
I have like 400.
You're a loser, baby.
By the way, I'm going to say the name of mine.
All right.
Oh, crap. I forgot it.
All right. So I'm certified MJ Radio. Take a look at all my stuff. Hey, listen. I did a couple things this weekend, man. You can see me making the unbelievable mint chocolate chip ice cream again, and I perfected the addition of the chocolate because I hate in mint chocolate chip ice cream, folks. There is nothing more
repulsive.
Yes, thank you. There's nothing more than I despise than mint chocolate chip ice cream that has the giant chunks of chocolate
that gets stuck in your teeth.
Get stuck in your teeth, and man, mint chocolate chip should have a delicate fleck of delectable dark chocolate. And I'm using the little like drizzle method. And folks, I have not purchased store ice cream in 2 years now, because over 2 years. Because I make my own ice cream. My chocolate is amazing. My mint chocolate chip is amazing. My banana is outrageous. My vanilla Madagascar bean, it is incredible.
Wow, at least you're humble about them.
I'm telling you right now that no one is making ice cream as good as I make ice cream.
On Earth?
Nobody. No one in the Tampa Bay area.
Ben and Jerry?
No, Ben and Jerry's can... I can't say that.
You don't like BJ's?
BJ,
listen, Ben and Jerry's... I'm sorry. I just don't think.
I love BJ's. Dude. It's so good.
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's, yes.
All right. So, like, over Christmas time, we were with our friends up in Whistler, and we have that tradition of, what are you laughing at?
Nothing. I'm listening.
I don't know what she's laughing at.
So over Christmas time, we do our Christmas bolognese, where I make an outrageous bolognese. And I tend to buy some ice creams. I don't have an ice cream machine in Canada. So I bought some Haagen-Dazs chocolate, and I thought it was like water. It was like I was drinking. It was like brown water.
What are you
talking
about?
Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream is like frozen brown water next to the chocolate ice cream I make with Valrhona cocoa and Calabout dark chocolate calates, and 40% cream and egg yolks, with no preservatives, no fillers, no carrageenan gum, no polysorbate 80, Johnny.
I like water
none of
ice
that crap.
I'll drink water ice cream all day.
All right, so where was I? Oh.
Talking about how great you are at ice cream.
Oh, thank you very much.
IG followers.
No, I got to move on.
Okay.
You should call your ice cream company Schnitty Cream. What do you think? Got a better name,
marketable.
Roxanne?
No, I think that's.
How
perfect.
about this ice cream tastes like Schnit? How about that?
That's way better.
There you go.
It is. All right. Hey, Jeremy Renner, and then we'll do your airport story.
Okay.
We got to talk. Did you see how many bones Jeremy Renner broke in his body when he got run over by a snowcat?
Too many.
How many? Like more than 8?
All right, here we go. It's time to play the mountain climber game, and he falls off the edge. He breaks bones too. All right, how many bones do you think he broke?
8.
You said 8? Oh, nope, but it's still going. Damn it. Remember, you can't go over. Roxanne, what's your guess?
I'm going to say 38, and the reason is because, in your hands,
Don't you know how to play? You say 9, 10. You don't go to something that's obviously going to crash.
Hold on.
No, there are 27 bones in your hand.
No, but you might be.
And
Hold on. You could be right.
Crushed a hand.
You could be right. I might have had a premature
crash
pressing of all my sound effects buttons here, because the story is that Jeremy Renner reveals that he broke more than 30 bones. So
I could very well be right. I wanted to be correct. I didn't want to win. I just wanted to be correct.
Here's the deal, is that if he says he broke more than 30 bones, it's got to be somewhere in the 30s.
Right.
So it's got to be 31 through 39, because if he broke 40 bones, he would say 40 bones.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? You could be right. We just don't have the exact number, but Jeremy Renner has said that he broke. I'll read you what he said. Jeremy Renner revealed that he broke more than 30 bones. Morning workouts, resolutions all changed this particular New Year's. Spawned from tragedy for my family and quickly focused into uniting actionable love. He wrote this on Instagram on Saturday. These 30-plus broken bones will mend, grow stronger, just like the love and bond with family and friends deepens.
Jeez.
Listen, it sounds like he had a real come to Big J moment, I'll tell you that. Man, it sounds like he saw that light.
Crazy.
Jeremy, come to the light, you know?
I can't believe he lived.
I know.
You get run over by a 14,200-pound snowcat. All right, Roxanne, you had a miserable experience at Miami International Airport.
Just in general, when I'm walking through Miami International Airport, I just ask myself why I didn't walk back through the Everglades rather than take a plane out of Miami International Airport.
Just stay with the skunk ape.
If I can avoid Miami International, I do. Well, especially when you have to change terminals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, it's just so counterintuitive. You get in there, you have so far to walk, and I have my 2 kids with me, and this is the first time that I've flown just with me and my children, and I realized it's a lot easier to supervise.
So this is the first time you flew without Big Doug being with you?
Yes.
And
Doug.
And what I realize is it's so much easier to supervise and just tell someone to put a bag up above in the overhead bin and to pick up a child.
So
I just tell Doug everything to do.
You're barking orders at Doug.
That's all I do.
Wow,
and now I realize I actually had to do it all myself.
Wow.
And it was very
Doug.
All right, so what did you observe?
I don't think I can do the story justice in the minute that we have left
No,
in the show.
you have a
Justify it.
You have a couple of minutes. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
make time for you.
All right, so we're in line.
All right, way to
and-
go. Thanks, sir.
All right, Froggy, stop it. Let her tell the story.
So American Airlines, usually we do, kids get on first, right? So we get up to the front, and I'm like, I think kids get on in the early groups, right? They're on
Meaning
group
they
4.
usually make the announcement that,
Yeah.
hey, if you need extra time in boarding, families with small children's,
Yes.
families with small children.
Exactly. So
I'm sounding like Hilaria Baldwin here. All right, go ahead.
So the lady says, no, we're in group. You're in group. I was actually group 7, but I knew children could get on.
Oh,
and
man,
she said,
group
no.
7 is like the worst.
But with kids.
How do you end up in group 7?
I didn't check in until 10 minutes before my flight.
No, that's not. No. That's Southwest. Southwest, you got the minute it becomes a boarding pass flight.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have a flight on Southwest, like tomorrow at 12:30, you got to be on Southwest app at 12:30.
It doesn't matter if you're there. Right when it turns, there's 25 people that are going to do it first. I don't know how they do it.
Because you have the A-listers, and then they reserve like the first 15 to sell you.
Oh, really? Is that how they do it?
They'll charge you extra money so you can become a 1 through 15 boarder. So they hold. But listen, I can typically, when I'm on Southwest, if I'm on immediately, I can generally get somewhere like A40 to A60, I get A50, somewhere in there. I can usually get in the A group. All right, so what happened?
Okay.
Well, first of all, if you're on American, that's all pre-assigned. That means you bought a bargain basement, cheapest ticket available.
Well,
if you were in boarding,
Doug. Thanks a lot.
If you were in boarding group 7, you have the cheapest ticket ever.
Well, it was me and my 2 little rascals, and we had to buy it at the last minute. So probably so.
All right. So what happened?
So I get up there, and the gate agent, I said, I have my kids. I said, I don't know when the kids are supposed to board, and she goes, no, you can't board until group 5. And meanwhile, they were boarding group 4, and there was one person behind me in group 4 still. So I already knew, in my head, I'm like, okay, she's a stickler. That's cool. I get you, because a lot of times they'll just be, let you go through. So we step aside. I'm like, no problem. And so then this woman comes up behind me. She was legit group 4. You want me to carry this over till tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
Trust me, it's not that compelling. All right, go ahead.
So she's standing there, and the woman says, the gate agent says, she looks at her and she goes, you have 4 items. You need to consolidate those. But she was bitchy about it. She was just not, she didn't do it with a smile.
Some gate agents, they don't hassle you, and then others are like looking at every thread on your body to try to bust you on something.
Right. And I knew how that woman felt being snapped at like that. Yeah. And I knew I watched this in slow motion. I knew her reaction was not going to be good. So she starts slamming things around. She takes her ticket and she's like, no, I'm going. She's like, I can't. They told me in security I could take this out because she had, her 4 items, whatever they were. But anyways, then they bristle up to each other, and the gate agent called the big security guy over, pulled her aside.
What?
And she did not make it on the flight.
They ejected the woman?
She did not make it on the flight.
Oh, my God.
And it was just such a lesson. Like, if that gate agent had just approached her with a smile and kept her calm, and then if she had just been like, okay, chill about it. But the people are tense. And they're tense in the Miami International Airport. It's just stressful.
I was last in Miami International Airport, unfortunately, last February. Remember my brother's Super Bowl Sunday wedding?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, so I flew down. We flew American. And listen, leaving Tampa on American was fine, but just in Miami, the gate agents have an attitude there. They're just not friendly. It's just awful.
It is.
Yeah. So I was kind of miserable. All right, folks, have a great day. Man, I can't believe the woman got ejected.
Yeah, so she didn't make it.
What did she really do to get ejected?
She was slamming things on the counter there, but I'm kind of with that woman. I really am. I mean, I was telling my girls, I go, they're in charge here at the airport. You don't have any say.
Did you say air fart?
Airport. I don't know what it is.
All right, we got to go, folks. Website, mjmorningshow.com. My Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. If you want to see Chloe's outfit, give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. And we'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there.
Download the app now.
Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere.